Progress is a race that has no end. After every finish line, another challenge awaits. How can we continue to push innovation in a sport at the forefront of technology? This is how. Discover how Aramco and the Aston Martin Formula One team aim to meet Formula One's sustainable fuel targets. Aramco, powered by How.
Angeles, California, you're watching the Pac-12 on ESPN. USC off to its best start in 14 years at 7-1 and number 9 in the initial college football playoff rankings. Welcomes the Cal Bears to the Coliseum for Pac-12 After Dark. The Trojans second in the conference standings behind Oregon. The top 2 teams from now on make it to the Pac-12 championship game, and still a really good chance for a team from this league to make it to the college football playoff for the first time since 2016. And hi everybody, Dave Pasch and Dusty Dvorak. Tom Luginbill down on the field. When Lincoln Riley was hired, Dusty, there was a lot of buzz around USC, high expectations after what he accomplished at Oklahoma. And last year, after SC won 4 games, and they have 7 wins already going into November. I don't know if anybody expected this.
Him and his staff have done a great job. Look, they hit the transfer portal very hard, remade this roster, and they got themselves as a top 10 team in position to compete for a Pac-12 championship, a college football playoff spot, and they've got one of the best players and quarterbacks in all of college football, Caleb Williams, who has taken his game this year to a completely another level. So much fun to watch.
Luckhurst will kick it off for Cal, and this will be a touchback. It will come out to the 25 for USC. Cal won the toss and deferred, so we'll get a look here early on at one of the best players right now in college football, Caleb Williams, who played for Lincoln Riley last year at Oklahoma, transferred to USC, and he is very much in the thick of the Heisman Trophy race. Only 1 interception on the season, and he's 3rd in the country in passing touchdowns. They're going to run the ball here on first down. Travis Dye, and Cal flies to the football. No surprise there. It's a defense that's tough, fights, will take the ball away from you. They have 14 takeaways on the season.
Justin Wilcox, head coach, he demands that. And you'll see a steady dose of Travis Dye, the Oregon transfer, here tonight. As much as we'll talk about Caleb Williams, so much of this offense is about their physical offensive line and their ability to run the football.
After that 2-yard gain on first down, Williams to the air, dumping it off to Dye out of the backfield. One-on-one, gets around the defender and knocked out of bounds near the line to gain. They're going to spot him short by about 1.5 yards. He was chased down by Oladejo, so it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, Oladejo, just too much space right there. And a nice move in the open field by Travis Dye as he hits the sidelines. And a nice pickup on a simple swing pass.
Big 3rd down here early on for Cal's defense, trying to stay in the game against a red-hot offense. Even in the 1 loss for USC, they put up 42 points. That was at Utah. USC been outstanding on 3rd down all season. They'll keep it on the ground, and they do get a first down with Dye straight ahead to move the stick. Let's check in with Tom down on the field.
Well, guys, you referenced the transfer portal, and Caleb Williams, Jordan Addison, of course, Mario Williams, a few of which won't have the services here tonight due to injury. But it's been said that you can't wave a magic wand and all of a sudden fix the roster overnight. With the transfer portal, that's not so true. So this 7-1 record is attributed in many ways to making good choices in the transfer portal, but I don't think it's a long-term fix for SC. I could see them doing this with the high school ranks and a blend of transfer portal guys going forward.
And the intended target there was Taj Washington. We're going to see more of Washington, who's a transfer from Memphis, and Kyle Ford today, because 2 of the guys that Tom talked about there, Mario Williams and Jordan Addison, are out due to injury for the 2nd straight game.
I think Tom is so right, though. Forever, we've heard that phrase, well, new coach comes in, you can't wave a magic wand. It's a new world, it's a new day in college football. With the transfer portal, you can see turnarounds like we've seen at USC this season.
2nd down and 10 for the Trojans. Williams in trouble, and he's He's a very good athlete. There he goes at the 40-yard line, and he started the slide at the 41, so it's a 4-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6. USC in the top 15 in a number of categories. We already showed you 2nd on 3rd down. They're 8th in the nation in scoring at 41 points per game under Lincoln Riley.
There's a lot of great traits about Caleb Williams, but his escapability when the pocket collapses to keep plays alive, the creativity, absolutely off the charts. And you can't just dedicate defenders to come to him because he keeps his eyes down the field. And such a dangerous weapon when he gets on the move.
They go empty here, shifting the true freshman Raleek Brown out of the backfield. Wide to the top of your screen on 3rd down. Williams from the pocket. Fires over the middle, through the hands of the intended target, incomplete. Terrell Bynum couldn't pull it in. And it's 4th down, and USC will punt the ball.
Well, Caleb Williams trying to fit that in a very tight window. Oladejo, the linebacker, had the underneath coverage. Could have definitely been caught by Bynum. Ball goes right between his hands. That is a tight window throw. And a great stop for Justin Wilcox's defense here on the opening possession.
So Andy Sleep Dalton will punt it away. Jeremiah Hunter is back for Cal. Off the side of the foot of the punter, but it takes a USC bounce right to Hunter, and he's wrapped up around the 24-yard line by Kyron Hudson. Back to SC in a moment.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance, because you never know where life is going to take you.
Next week on our Saturday night football game presented by Capital One features unbeaten TCU trying to get into the college football playoff. Texas had a win today, so first place on the line next week. Meanwhile, USC has struggled on the defensive end the last 2 games, giving up 80 points. They did beat Utah, but won a shootout with Arizona, and they have to punt on their first offensive series, so their defense is out there. They have lived off of others' mistakes, and that's one thing Cal does not do. Only 6 turnovers on the year by the Bears. They're going to run the ball in a huge hole on 1st down, the true freshman near midfield. So that's a gain of 24 yards on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, this is one of the biggest keys to this ball game. Getting it to the true freshman, Jaden Ott. Jumps off the page. This guy is quick, explosive, tough to tackle.
Here's a pass play. Plummer, the quarterback, hitting J. Michael Sturdivant, and he's into USC territory. Plummer played 4 years at Purdue, then transferred to Cal. He's from Gilbert, Arizona. This is his 21st career start.
When he's got time, he is very accurate with the football. Big arm, but when he puts pressure and has to move, he struggles.
Off play action. Here's a throw down the seam, and it's pulled in inside the 20-yard line by Jeremiah Hunter. But Cal came to play. That's a gain of 39.
Well, how about this offense? It's been so slow to start this season. Good protection, clean pocket, steps into the throw, an absolute dime, back shoulder as he hits Hunter down the field. Excellent start here for this Cal offense. Only scored 24 points this entire season in the first quarter. Big point of emphasis for offensive coordinator Bill Musgrave.
And they've lost 4 games in a row, including in overtime at Colorado. And another huge running lane for Ott. Down to the 10 for a gain of 8 yards for the true freshman, who's 4th in the conference in rushing yards per game, and a little tempo right now by the Bears.
Well, it's good push up front by this Cal offensive line. Off the left side, Braden Rome.
Here's Ott again, and a nice cutback. Makes a defender miss and is into the end zone for a touchdown. What a run by the true freshman, Jaden Ott.
talked this week about this game. And you get a chance to watch the film on Jaden Knott. He's one of the more talented young running backs I've seen this year. The ability to make guys miss right there in the hole, making Nomura miss, as well as the safety as he strolls into the end zone. Outstanding job with that lateral quickness jump cuts and a quick strike for this Cal offense.
A minute and 46 seconds. They go 76 yards. There is a penalty marker down. The extra point is good. See what the flag's about.
Tell you one thing, Dusty.
Illegal snap. Offense number 35. 5-yard penalty. The try will be from the 8-yard line.
All right, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, the sense of urgency that we
Correction,
saw.
number 45.
The sense of urgency that we saw from Cal on that drive is something that has been sorely lacking. I think just getting the ball out of his hand, quick to the line of scrimmage. They just look different in terms of how they're carrying themselves.
Justin Wilcox now in his 6th year, 2 bowl games as the head coach at Cal, was an assistant here at USC 2014 and 15. And it's 7-0 Bears over the number 9 team in the country.
Well, Justin Wilcox wanted a response from his football team. The defense gets a stop, and it's the true freshman Jaden Knott making people miss and getting into the end zone.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. And in part by Burger King. Your Whopper, your way. You rule.
Number 16 of USC is now wearing number 45.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. So it's 7-0 Cal, and keep in mind USC is missing 2 key players on offense, Jordan Addison and Mario Williams.
Yeah, and Jordan Addison, last year's Blitnikoff Award winner, one of the best players in all of college football. Mario Williams, great speed, very explosive. 2 key pieces for Caleb Williams. Wasn't an issue on the road a week ago against Arizona. We'll see if it's an issue here tonight. Taj Washington, amongst others, going to have to continue to step up and make plays for this offense in their absence.
And popped up in the field of play for Raleek Brown for USC. He's a pass the 20-yard line. Brown out near the 30 before he's brought down. Tackle made by Luckhurst, the kicker.
24-yard return by Raleek Brown.
Raleek Brown stays in the game at running back. Caleb Williams, an incomplete pass on 3rd down, trying to hit Terrell Bynum on that first drive. Went through Bynum's hands. USC had to punt. Cal went right down the field and scored. And now the second possession offensively for Williams. They go empty, and a quick throw here. It's complete, and a first down for Taj Washington. And a gain of 12, and now they can get going with their tempo.
Well, he's an excellent player for this offense. You'll see him lined up all over in the slot, in the backfield. They move him all over the place. Dynamic athlete, and really a nice piece to this offense.
Williams to the air again, has a completion out past the 45-yard line to Bynum. Gain of 6.
A little soft coverage here by Cal. Balls coming out quick from Caleb Williams. A couple of easy completions as USC quickly nearing midfield. Cal's going to do that. They're going to play back and keep everything in front of them and make this USC offense earn it all night.
Williams on 2nd down and 3. Another completion to the 40-yard line is Josh Follow, the tight end, just his 4th catch of the season. Gain of 13 and another Trojan first down.
Well, defensive coordinator Peter Sermon, he pulled both of his backers in those A-gaps. Wanted to show that double A-gap blitz, and then they bailed at the snap, couldn't get to their landmarks in time, and a quick find there by Caleb Williams.
And they're staying with this empty set, and Cal rushes 4. Williams from the pocket, receiver wide open in the middle of the field. It's Kyle Ford, who had a big game against Arizona last week. 6 catches and a touchdown.
With no pressure on Caleb Williams. Very nice job reading that coverage, locating Kyle Ford on the in-cutting route. Caleb Williams in an excellent rhythm, getting the ball out of his hands on this drive.
And they stay with the same formation. See if Cal brings some pressure. They're lining up as if they're going to. Got to change things up here, giving USC and Caleb Williams a different look. And Williams gets that pass away, and it's off the mark. Plate. He was going for Michael Jackson and Daniel Scott. A rare starter for Cal, not injured on that back end of the Bear defense. He was in coverage.
And we talked about a couple of USC wide receivers out. Cal really banged up. Colin Gamble out of this game. One of their starting cornerbacks, Hearns, is out. Backup nickel, DeJuan Butler. So Coach Sermon's defense on the back end, and they've struggled past defense all year. They're really missing some bodies.
Here's a swing pass by him, and good open field tackle at the 24-yard line by Isaiah Young. Nice play. It'll bring up 3rd down as we take a look at tonight's keys to the game. Brought to you by Jared.
Well, we've already seen one of the keys pay off. Jaden Nye, establish him early, and that's exactly what we saw. One of the more talented young running backs in the country. And for USC, play clean. They've only had 1 turnover all season long. No lost fumbles, only 1 interception. If they play clean, they're a very difficult team to beat.
They motion Die out of the backfield. So again, empty for Caleb Williams. On 3rd down and 9. Williams in trouble, steps up and throws on the run complete. Washington a first down inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line for a 17-yard gain. On 3rd and 9, it'll be 1st and goal for USC.
This is where he's so dangerous. It's a good inside rush on the spin move. He steps up, he stays calm, eyes down the field, and he locates Taj Washington for a big pickup.
Run play on 1st down. Travis Dye knocked down at the 1-yard line. Craig Woodson saved the touchdown, but USC will get right up there and try to snap it quickly.
This is the staple of their offense. It's that counter GT, and they've got their outstanding big guard, Andrew Voorhees. He just pulled around and absolutely buried a Cal defender. You're going to see that play and options off of it all throughout the course of the evening. But, and that's the one thing, Josh Henson, offensive line and offensive coordinator, has done a great job with those guys up front. They're physical.
Play number 9 of this drive here for USC. 2nd down and goal. They run Die. Waiting for a signal. Didn't appear to get in. Nope. 3rd down. Good job up front.
Oladejo come down. They run right behind Andrew Voorhees. Looked like he had enough room, but stopped right there at the goal line. Well played by the 255-pound linebacker for Cal.
You would imagine, based on how this drive has gone, Lincoln Riley probably thinking 4-down territory. 3rd down and goal. Williams looking to the sideline. And back under center. Quarterback sneak. And it looks like Williams is in. Yep, touchdown. USC. That's the 4th on the season for Caleb Williams. Nice response by the Trojans.
Exactly right. And they went a lot of empty on that set. Drive right down the field, put the ball in the arm of Caleb Williams. You see him, that beautiful blimp view, diving in over the goal line, clearly in the end zone. Excellent response after that quick Cal strike.
10 plays, 72 yards, and they have trouble with the snap. That's a free ball, and Cal has a chance to pick that up and run for 2 points. They pitch it at the last second. Daniel Scott, and he's tackled at the 37-yard line. Heads up play by Isaiah Young to pitch it to Daniel Scott. If he would have scored, that would have been 2 points for Cal. As it is, 7-6. Cal keeps the lead after the high snap from the long snapper Jack Casasante.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
All right, back to Los Angeles. Let's take a look at our impact players. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Jaden Ott, we've talked a lot about him. Defensively, Jackson Sermon, best player on this defense, son of the defensive coordinator, Peter Sermon. He's going to have to tackle well. Travis Dye, veteran, key piece of this offense, and then the best defensive player for USC, Tuli Pelotu, just been outstanding this year.
Well
Pass
done.
rushing.
You would practice in that all day.
Tackles for loss.
Nailed it on the first try.
Got to, Dave.
I heard him mouthing it under his breath.
3 times, Tom.
Ashton Hayes on the return for Cal, and he stood up at the 20-yard line. They'll blow it dead there. Tuesday we'll have the exclusive reveal of the next college football playoff top 25 rankings, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN and the app. Game going on in front of us on ESPN, where we'll be when LSU and Bama are done. Obviously, we'll impact that. And Clemson certainly will drop after getting blown out in South Bend.
And that was an impressive win for Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame. They've lost on that field to Stanford, who struggled this season. Also lost to Marshall. Blowout Clemson. Seems like they're getting things right. And that's a big game at the end of the year for USC, hosting Notre Dame right here in the Coliseum.
Which, because of the way Notre Dame's playing, is going to help if USC wins that game, help its case and others in the Pac-12. As Plummer flips it downfield, what a throw. A strike to Monroe Young out to the 41-yard line. That was a beautiful toss. And a gain of 22.
Play action, move the pocket to his left. And Jack Plummer in rhythm with an absolute strike down the field. What a start here for this Cal offense. And I like the game plan, Tom. Quick game, move the pocket. They don't protect in traditional drop back pass.
Yeah, great job moving the pocket, changing the long point, keeping SC on their heels defensively.
Here's Jaden Ott, and this is the first time really they've been able to bottle him up. Maybe a half yard. Bryson Shaw on the tackle for USC, which has 8 new starters on defense. Giving up 80 points the last 2 games and a touchdown to the Bears on the opening possession tonight.
Shaw's been playing more consistent, really good as a blitzer, and Shane Lee on that tackle as well. Been a big pickup from Alabama at linebacker.
Plummer off play action, throws into double coverage, just dumping it off. Incomplete. There is a USC defender in the backfield, Tuli Pelotu, who's got 12.5 tackles for a loss, 5th in the country, 10th in the nation in sacks with 7. Alex Grinch, the D coordinator, came over from Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley. See what he does here on 3rd and 9.
They started the year so strong last couple of weeks. They've hemorrhaged some yards and some points, and the takeaways have dwindled away. They like to bring pressure in these spots and see if they do.
Nope, they rush 4. Plummer's pass is caught, but short of the line to gain. Ott on the catch. It's 4th and about 3. Sierra Wright with the tackle. Looks like Cal will go for it here on 4th down. What do you think of this call? They're going to change it here and punt. They
got to punt.
I think you got to punt. You cannot give Caleb Williams and USC a short field. Your teams come in, you're off to a good start. Got a tie game right here. It can completely flip everything. If you go for it here, you get
number
the ball
19 of USC is now wearing
plus
number
territory.
45. 19 to 45.
And they do have an excellent punter, Jamison Sheehan, but mostly in distance. He's number 1 in the Pac-12 at 46 yards per kick. They need accuracy right here. And that was beautiful. It checks up at the 9-yard line. Can't get much better than that. And so USC will be backed up inside its 10 after that 43-yard punt.
You were a state champion golfer back in high school. I know with your 60 degree, you could pull off something very similar, Mr. Pash. I know it.
Back when I was in high school, they didn't have 60-degree wedges.
My best wedge, the foot wedge. Really a nice one in my bag.
All right, Caleb Williams, 7 of 10 so far. He is 5th in the country in terms of points responsible for and 9th in the nation in total offense, and a rushing touchdown in that last drive. But again, they botched the extra point. And movement by USC, that'll back them up.
False
inside
start.
the 5.
Offense, number 76. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
It's the redshirt freshman Mason Murphy, but I got to tell you, man, this young player has been playing outstanding. Use him a lot in the pool scheme, physical, athletic. Lincoln Riley was raving about how much he's improved so far this year. Started at right tackle last week before he's out. Now he's starting at left tackle here tonight.
So 1st and 14 after the penalty, and Williams lined up in the end zone. Gonna hand it off to Dye with some room across the 10, and he stumbled. Down he goes at the 14, but he got 10 of it back. I think Ethan Saunders may have gotten a piece of him. That was enough to slow him down, and USC will go quickly here on 2nd down and 3. And wide open. First down catch, easy for Brendan Rice. Williams really spreading it around here early on for USC.
He makes you pay. They're playing that off coverage, backed away, respecting the wide receivers and their speed. And Caleb Williams just quick up, throws it.
There's Rice again, this time brought down. That was a good play by Daniel Scott on the tackle.
See Daniel Scott flying around making plays here so far early on in this ball game.
LSU has just knocked off Alabama, going for 2 in overtime. They're going to review that as Williams fires complete. Another strike, this one to Washington out near midfield. Gain of 15.
Well, his accuracy is improved so much. I think his ability to read defenses, see the field, zone coverages gave Caleb Williams issues a year ago. And whether you play man, you play zone, he can carve you up. Excellent location on that pass from the talented sophomore quarterback.
Well, and he can anticipate too, Dustin. I mean, the ball's out so fast, it's impossible to rush him.
And that's all part of understanding the coverage, right, and reading it, knowing exactly what you're getting in the route combination and what's going to come open.
Williams again to the air. This is his 14th pass already, and this one in the dirt, and he had Raleek Brown streaking down the middle of the field. It'll be 2nd down, just outside 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter.
That's a matchup we might see Lincoln Riley come back to. He had a speedy, talented Raleek Brown on an angle route, matched up on a linebacker, 48, Oren Patu. That ball, that was one of the few misfires we've seen so far from Caleb Williams. If he puts that on his chest, I don't know if anybody's catching Raleek Brown.
5'8", 185 versus 6'4", 235 is not the ideal matchup for Cal.
Williams climbing the pocket, now taking off, gets outside the pocket and then tracked down and sacked. Oren Patu gets him at the 47-yard line, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
I love the effort from the backside by Patu. Just tracks down Caleb Williams as he continues to look down the field. All-out effort as he grabs the ankles and gets the sack. Nice play by the outside linebacker.
USC's been able to pick up the 3rd and long a bunch already. Can Cal's defense get off the field? Williams from the pocket throws a deep ball, taking a shot, and it's incomplete. It's going for Ford. Good coverage by Tyson McWilliams in that banged up secondary. And so USC will have to punt for the second time in just the 20th all season.
Well, Kyle Ford tries a little double move, a little stutter and go. And good by McWilliams not to bite. Stays in great position, runs stride for stride. And when that ball comes up, it's right there and disrupts the ability of Ford to go up and get that catch. Really well done by Tyson McWilliams, typically third on the depth chart at corner, but he's going to have to play a big role here tonight against these ST receivers.
Sleep Dalton will try to pin Cal inside the 10-yard line. Hunter is there, and he fields it at the 8. Did not call for a fair catch, and that was the smart move. Tripped up around the 18. Kick off your Sunday with NFL Countdown at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Chris Berman going one-on-one with Josh Allen as part of that coverage. And then don't forget Monday Night Football. How about the Saints? They're only a game out of first because of how poor the NFC South has been this year. Atlanta's in first in that division, so that's big for New Orleans, and Baltimore's in first in the AFC North at 5-3. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the app. Meanwhile, Tyson McWilliams, who just made a good play on third down, is shaken up for Cal after the punt return.
Mentioned that Ravens-Saints game. How about Roquan Smith being added to that defense? Boy, the trade deadline, the NFL, it was fast and furious. A lot of big deals being made, a lot of teams in contention, jockeying for position. That was fun to watch that all go down last week.
It's like NFL teams are tanking for Wembanyama. So Cal back out there on offense, first down on its 20-yard line. So far, Jack Plummer, not surprising given how many games he's played in, has been sharp. 4 of 5 passing, 64 yards. And he's got a receiver. Again, a beautiful touch throw. J. Michael Sturdivant, their best receiver, came in with 43 catches on the year. That's number 1 among all freshmen in the country, and that play goes for 27 yards.
Sturdivant working on right.
Penalty, replay, first down.
So a penalty was called there. An eligible receiver downfield.
And it's Ender Aguilar who's starting at right tackle tonight, as they are mixing and matching this offensive line. Big play negated. You mentioned the touch pass, really well done there by Jack Plummer. His favorite target, Sturdivant, came wide open working on right, but offensive line too far down the field. A nice catch there by the officials.
Jade Knott on 1st and 15, hog-tied in the backfield. Brandon Peely makes the play, so a loss of about a half yard.
Nice job inside there, working inside defensive tackle stun. Quality penetration by Peely. Nowhere for Ott to go with the football. Going empty here again.
Plummer's pass caught by Sturdivant out near the 22. So they get a chunk of it back, make things a little bit easier here on third down. Bryson Shaw in coverage for USC. Final seconds here of the first quarter. Meanwhile, they have stormed the field in Baton Rouge. 7-6 the score here in Los Angeles, with Cal leading the Trojans. Right now, the difference in this game, after the Jade Knott beautiful touchdown run, a missed extra point by SC following the Williams touchdown run.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. What an incredible finish in Baton Rouge. Meanwhile, here in Los Angeles, a very interesting first quarter. Could we have another top 10 upset tonight? Cal leads USC 7 extra point by the Trojans. And hi, everybody, Dave Pasch alongside Dusty Dvorak. Tom Luganville down on the field. Dusty, first let's touch on what we just witnessed in Baton Rouge. Kind of watching our game here with one eye, the other eye on our TV. What does this mean for college football with Bama suffering its second loss and LSU ranked 10th getting that win tonight?
Well, it's huge. Clemson went down already today, and then obviously with Alabama going down, I think it's big for Brian Kelly. Right, they lost their first game of the season to Florida State, similar fashion. This time he goes for 2 when he has a chance to just tie it up. But I think Alabama likely out of the college football playoff mix. It never happens early November. Yeah. Alabama's out of the conversation, but I think it's big for college football. Big mix-up. LSU clearly they control their own destiny now in the SEC, and obviously the 2 biggest moves of the offseason in the coaching world was Brian Kelly and then Lincoln Riley. And now we're going to have LSU in the top 10 here as we get to the next rankings. And if USC can win here tonight, they're in position as well. Both those 2 coaches, we thought that was the 2 biggest moves for college football, and both those coaches have lived up to the billing.
Brian Kelly showing he's worth the paycheck.
Absolutely.
Lincoln Riley so far, given that USC won 4 games last year, already 7-1. First time since 2008 showing that he's worth the money. And offensively, we can see why USC is so good. First, Jaden Ott, a touchdown run for Cal on the opening possession for the Bears, but then Caleb Williams, who's very much in the Heisman Trophy discussion, he started to get going, a touchdown run, but the botched extra point, and it's 7-6 as we start the second quarter.
Yeah, we saw USC on that touchdown drive go a lot of empty, start picking on this Cal pass defense that's really struggled so far this year. But give Justin Wilcox and his football team a lot of credit. 3 possessions for USC in that first quarter. They've forced 2 punts, and they've really struggled when you go back to the Oregon game, the Washington game the last couple of weeks. And you could tell talking with him this week, man, he wanted a response from his team. He wanted his team to show up and play inspired. And here through 1 quarter, that's exactly what they've done.
And Dusty, through 1 quarter as well, they haven't given up any explosives.
Jack Plummer is the Cal quarterback, a Purdue transfer, 4 years there. This is his 21st career start. Going to dump it off to DeCarlos Brooks out of the backfield. And USC's defense flies to the ball. They mark Brooks down at about the 29. So it's going to be 4th down, and they will have to punt the ball. Shane Lee was there first. This USC defense has been living off of other people's mistakes. They're in the top 5 nationally in interceptions and defensive touchdowns. Because you look at the last 2 games, they've given up 1,000 yards and 80 points. They did beat Arizona, but lost to Utah by 1.
A lot of missed tackles, missed assignments. Alex Grinch trying to get everything cleaned up. It was a great start to the season. They won that Oregon State game with defense, and it struggled here as of late.
Well, there's some contact with the punter, but no flag. And now Michael Jackson with a nice return past the 40-yard line. All right, let's go to the studio and check in with Matt Berry.
Guys, good evening. What a night in college football as we bring you the AT&T countdown to the CFP National Championship. And it is Jaden Daniels and LSU. This their first play in overtime after Alabama scored. Brian Kelly decides to go for 2. He hits the true freshman Taylor, the touchdown, or the 2-point conversion to the tight end. 32-31, LSU the win.
And we touched on it, Matt, what that could mean for USC. Obviously what it means for LSU, a 2-loss team. Very much in the college football playoff discussion. We haven't had that yet. We have not had a 2-loss team in the college football playoff. We had not had a group of 5 team until last year with Cincinnati. They run Austin Jones here out to the 47 with Georgia throttling Tennessee. That's good for Oregon, a team that was the only loss for Oregon. We'll see where they move up. TCU's unbeaten. We'll see how far the Horned Frogs climb after their win today over Texas Tech.
Going to be fascinating to see exactly how this unfolds. And this is just the first Saturday of November. Boy, we remember November, and there's going to be some moving and shaking after this night come Tuesday.
Williams pulls it back, will throw on 2nd and 5, and it's pulled in at the 40-yard line and out of bounds. bounds is Taj Washington, a first down. USC is playing without Jordan Addison and Mario Williams, two of their top receivers. Washington has stepped up.
With no pressure on Caleb Williams. Nice clean pocket, plenty of time to survey the land. Daniel Scott, the safety, tries to undercut the route, and he can't keep up with Taj Washington. Nice strike once again from Caleb Williams.
Williams going to throw it away here. Some confusion. He and Austin Jones, the running back. Williams kept it. Jones thought that he was going to hand it off to him. And Kyron Hudson, they say, was in the area on the throwaway. So second down and 10. USC 7-1. They're number 9 in the college football playoff rankings, the highest since they were 8th back in 2017. Cal comes in with a record of 3-5 and 4 straight losses, but this is a Bears team under Justin Wilcox that fights hard. They're very well coached.
Empty again, and they are spreading this Cal defense out and just letting Caleb Williams go to work.
Williams so far, this is his 18th pass attempt. He hits Bynum, who then gets hit hard and down by Craig Woodson at the 33. So only a gain of about 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. We touched on Oregon, currently in first. Again, that loss was against Georgia, week 1. Utah won tonight, so 5-1, same record as USC.
And a reminder for everybody out there, no more divisions. Best 2 teams in the Pac-12. I think it's smart, gives them the best opportunity to get a team back in the college football playoff. They've got 3 teams with legitimate college football playoff potential.
Just one Pac-12 championship for USC since the start of the the Pac-12 championship game back in 2011. As Williams bouncing around in the backfield, spins out of there again. Williams on the move and then throws high and incomplete. He was trying to hit Ford after he spun away from a couple of defenders. We'll see what Lincoln Riley does here on 4th down and 5. It would be about a 50-yard field goal try.
Well, it's good coverage down the field. Caleb Williams nowhere to go with the football as good pressure comes late. And then a couple of spins, and Williams unable to locate an open target.
And they're going to go for it here, and they get Cal to jump offside. A free play for Williams. He gets hit, and he's got a completion down to the 11 to Bynum. So they'll decline that penalty. It's a gain of 19 and a first down.
Offside in the neutral zone is a snap defense. The penalties decline. The result of the play is a first down.
That was Xavier Carlton, who was offside. They take advantage of the free play, and now a chance to go in front here for the first time tonight.
Prime spot to go for it there. When you got a quarterback like Caleb Williams, a no-brainer for Lincoln Riley, and a big conversion on 4th.
Already 20 passes for Caleb Williams in this game. Bouncing it to the outside is Travis Dye, heading for the end zone. Touchdown, USC. Number 9 on the ground for the Oregon transfer, Travis Dye.
Is such a key addition from Oregon. The vision on this run. Looks like he wants to bounce it out to the perimeter. Sets up the defender. Big hole opens up. And he powers his way into the end zone. Travis Dye has been an integral piece to this offense. And a quality touchdown run to give the Trojans the lead.
So Nathan Winnetta is the snapper. He was not the snapper on the botched PAT on the first touchdown. This one, the operation is much smoother, and it's 13-7 USC. Travis Dye, 4 years at Oregon, over 3,000 yards there, closing in on 800 already this season for the Trojans, who now have the lead.
Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
The country are competing to be the Litmos Student Section of the Year all season long. First home game for USC since October 8th. 4-0 here at home on the season. The remaining games for the Trojans, Colorado next Friday at UCLA, and then a home game against Notre Dame. They do not play Oregon, which may in the long run actually help the Pac-12's chances of getting a team in the college football playoff for the first time since 2016. Here's Ashton Hayes on the return, has some room, trying to get to the edge at the 30 and run out of play at the 34-yard line by Latrell McCutcheon. Let's go to the studio and Matt.
All right, you guys ready for the Capital One rewarding performance? Tanner Mordecai, SMU. 9 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, in the highest scoring FBS game in regulation history. 77-63 the final.
Wow. I want to know how many passes were thrown, though, in that game total by the quarterbacks, because Caleb Williams has already thrown 20 in this one.
He's
for
chasing
USC.
You know, Tanner Mordecai, a former Lincoln Riley quarterback, recruited into Oklahoma.
Seems like he's had everybody.
Pretty good list of quarterbacks, to say the least.
Everybody that's any good.
Jaden Ott spun down by Shane Lee. Of course, the 3 consecutive Heisman Trophy finalists with 2 winners in Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, and Jalen Hurts, who right now has the Philadelphia Eagles undefeated. So obviously Lincoln has great history with quarterbacks. Caleb Williams, remember, he played him in the middle of last season, benching Spencer Rattler, and then when Riley gets the USC job, Williams transfers to play for him. In trouble, Plummer, and sacked. There's Tui Pelotu, who's in the top 10 in the country in sacks. That's his 8th of the season.
Well, Tui Pelotu is one of the best defensive linemen in all of the Pac-12. Just a simple chop rip off the edge, and he's going to beat Aguilar. Has no chance. Excellent hands, and he closes to the quarterback as he slings him to the ground. Gonna have to get him blocked. And when they go traditional drop back, man, the edges really struggle for this Cal offensive line. And getting behind the sticks, this is a problematic spot for this Cal offense. I'd expect some kind of quick game, maybe even screen here, just to get the ball out.
They're going empty, though, for Plummer. 3rd down and 19. And it's a quick throw to Ott out in space. Tracked down at the 28-yard line. Kalen Bullock was there first for USC. 4th down.
The one thing I'll say, Alex Grinch has got to be happy here early. This Trojans defense is flying around, flocking to the football, and going all the way back to Washington State, where I first called one of his games. One of his staples is effort to the football. He demands it, and so far his defense, and they've played hard all season, but they are flying around, and they're rallying to the football here early on in this ballgame.
Jamison Sheehan, who is in the top 10 nationally in terms of punt average. See if he launches one here. Michael Jackson is deep for USC. And Jackson right along the sideline. He'll mark the football at the 30-yard line. A 42-yard punt, no return.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
A good crew is efficient. That's why Carvana's crew of experts created a 100% online experience, turning 8 hours of pounding the pavement into 15 minutes of shopping from home.
Smells like I'm getting a new car.
Bet your sweet rump roast you are.
Language?
I've worked with a lot of great crews, but the crew at Carvana created a great way for you to sell your car online in under 2 minutes. They'll even pick it up and pay you on the spot. So, sell your car and feel like a real winner.
It's in my nose!
Let's see who's ruling the moment. Brought to you by Burger King. And And it's Caleb Williams here so far. The pocket mobility, man, you pressure him, moves around so well, under control, eyes down the field, finding targets. And how about the recognition of what he sees from the coverage? You play soft on him, he's gonna make you pay. And he's always gonna have the opportunity to make you pay with his legs. We're still early on in this game, but man, Caleb Williams already with a big imprint on this one, Dave.
28 total touchdowns for Caleb Williams, 24 through the air, which is third in the country, and now 4 on the ground. And we'll show you a little bit later what some of the Heisman Trophy candidates and other places did today. But Caleb Williams, before he even took a snap tonight, I think started to climb in a lot of people's minds.
Struggles from Hendon Hooker. Stroud today in a cold, windy Northwestern atmosphere. Caleb Williams here on a beautiful evening with a chance to have a big night.
Thrown to 9 different receivers, 20 total passes. They run the ball here. Raleek Brown able to break a tackle and out of bounds at the 36-yard line. The true freshman Raleek Brown came in with just 22 carries on the season, but they're feeding him, and he's been out there a lot now. It's only his second carry, but they've thrown it to him once, and he's been out there a lot.
More so a speed guy, but how about a little stiff arm? So a little power before he steps out of bounds.
They were going 5 wide for a couple of drives, and Raleek Brown was out there in the perimeter several times. He backs up here trying to reverse field, in trouble, and finally knifed down by Oladejo at the 29-yard line, a loss of 8 on the play.
Well, he needed a negative play, and Raleek Brown, they set a good firm edge, and he starts backtracking, trying to use that speed, but well defended down by the Cal defense. They need a stop right now to slow down this USC offense, and setting them up now in 3rd and long. Taj Washington, bottom of your screen, working out of the slot.
And again, you see Brown in motion to the bottom of your screen. So you talked about him being a dangerous receiver. You get Oladejo way out on him. Williams to throw, in trouble, backing up in the pocket still. Now he escapes and throws on the run, and a diving attempt. And it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taj Washington, so it's 4th down, and Cal forces a punt.
Well, Peter Sermon, defensive coordinator for Cal, has got to be happy. Good coverage once again down the field, just a 4-man rush. Did a pretty good job getting pressure, getting Caleb Williams off his spot, keeps his eyes down the field, but nothing comes open. Another stop for this Cal defense.
That was Oren Patu. We saw him in the backfield earlier. He was able to sneak past Mason Murphy for USC. Hunter lets that one bounce at the 35 and has it at the 30. So not a great punt there, just a 41-yarder. Midway through the 2nd quarter, USC by 6.
Didn't Illinois just pass some new law?
They're essentially eliminating cash bail for almost everything dangerous. Secondary murder, arson, so you can light a guy's house on fire, get right out of jail. Drug-induced homicide, robbery, kidnapping, aggravated battery, burglary, intimidation, aggravated driving under the influence, fleeing and eluding drug offenses, and threatening a public official. No bail.
What?
Yeah, they're
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
Well, perhaps if you were checking out the Astros winning the World Series and you missed LSU's win over Alabama, here are the updated scores and the top 10 of the college football playoff rankings. So how far does LSU move up the top 10?
It's a great question. I think it's going to be Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU, and your top 4. LSU, I don't know if you can move them ahead of Oregon. Oregon's been playing such good football. We'll see how this game turns out here. I think clearly, though, they'll probably move up at least to 7, 8.
Maybe 6.
they're not going to move in front of Tennessee because Tennessee whomped them there in Baton Rouge.
They're going to run Jaden out to the perimeter. That has not been working. We showed you that graphic of what they've done since that first drive. And on that first drive, they ran on up the middle a bunch. And now they're trying the perimeter. It's not working. Solomon Byrd, just too much speed on the edge.
This defense, they move a lot. Post-snap, change gaps. I think they need to run Jaden out right at them as opposed to trying to get on the perimeter and attack the speed.
Here's Plummer throwing an incomplete pass. It was broken up by Blackman. Sturdivant, their top receiver, was the intended target, and it's 3rd down and 9.
Plummer actually had some time to throw the football. It's just outstanding coverage by Mekhi Blackman, and he's given up some size to the 6'3" Sturdivant. Excellent job, though, getting that left hand in and creating the pass breakup. Mekhi Blackman, he's the best cover corner USC has. Put some good film out there this season. A nice play to force this 3rd and long.
Cal is yet to convert on 3rd down in this game. Sturdivant, the top freshman receiver in the country in terms of catches. Imagine Plummer will be looking his way. And right on cue with a 1st down catch. The initial 3rd down conversion tonight for the Bears. It's a gain of 12.
Well, I tell you what, only a 3-man rush. They drop 8. No pressure comes. And if you give Plummer time to survey the field, he can cut you up in a nice tight window throw for the 1st down.
Plummer on the move. Dumps it off, and it's pulled in by Ott in USC territory for a gain of about 7. That was a good job by Jack Plummer, who again has a lot of experience. Started 12 games in 4 years at Purdue. Started the first 9 games this season for the Bears.
Like Jaden out there looking at his quarterback, understanding, working back, and giving him a prime target on the sideline.
I think we're going to be talking about Ott for a couple of years. He had no shot there. He just got face planted by Max Williams, but he didn't see that touchdown run he had. We'll probably show it to you a little bit later. He made several SC defenders miss, but a loss on that play back into Cal territory. So 3rd down and about 4.
See Alex Grinch getting aggressive, bringing his safety Max Williams up at the line and Tui Pelotu on the backside. Big 3rd down here for this Cal offense. Sturdivant's been the go-to guy in these spots this season.
Just completed a pass to Sturdivant on 3rd down, and this time it's Jeremiah Hunter able to hold on to it at the 45-yard line. So it's a 1st down, gain of 6 as we're at the 6-minute mark. Bears with all their timeouts left.
I love how Hunter pushes that route right up to the sticks before he plants, cuts outside, and the ball's on him right now. Really good timing there by Jack Plummer, anticipating that route. Ball's out before Hunter even gets out of his break, and it's just enough to move the chains.
Dusty Sturdivant did the same thing when they had to convert on the long 3rd and 9. Really good discipline by these Cal receivers, knowing the line to gain.
1st down at the USC 45-yard line. Play fake. In trouble, and a flag comes down. Tofo'o got into the backfield. Looked like he was held as well. And then Plummer.
This is legal. Number 81 was in the area. Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
It's great inside penetration by Tofo'o. Really putting some stress on that Cal defense. See him working right on the center. He's going to, on the snap, he just gets inside, good pad leverage guard. Can't bend those knees and stay with him.
It's Bobby Connie, the true freshman right guard.
He's a big man, 6'3", 335, but don't like to bend as much. It's a really good job with that interior penetration, forcing the holding call. They can't get behind the chains. They need to be staying on schedule.
Plummer from the pocket and almost intercepted at the 40-yard line. Unable to hang on to it was Sierra Wright, who's a really good player. He's got an interception this year, redshirt freshman from here in Los Angeles, who in his spare time is an actor. In fact, he played LeBron James's son in Space Jam.
He's in LA, man. Why not? Off season, pick up some acting gigs.
Apparently there's a pretty good film school here too.
Nice play there on 1st down.
You know, it's interesting. We thought for Cal we might see Kai Milner some backup quarterback. Even though the coach has said, hey, it's Jack Plummer's job, he's our guy. Milner came in relief of Plummer last week. Played well down the stretch against Oregon as Sturdivant makes the catch here. Run out of bounds in USC territory after a gain of about 7 by Blackman. We'll see if Milner comes in at some point, just because it's not necessarily Plummer playing well or playing poorly. It's more about, can they protect Plummer, because Milner gives him a chance running the football from that quarterback spot.
He was great in the final 2 possessions against Oregon. Kind of garbage time, but he stepped in, showed some mobility, made some plays, brings a different element at the quarterback spot.
Plummer did get off to a good start in this game. We'll see what he does here on 3rd down and 13.
And they protect.
And he's in trouble, leaving the pocket, looking downfield. Nice pump fake. Can still throw it, and does, for a first down to Jaden Ott down to the 30-yard line. Very smart play by Plummer to keep that play alive and convert.
Boy, third down conversion as we get this great blimp look. Look at him doing a Caleb Williams impersonation. A little pump fake, draws a defender, and he finds his running back across the middle. Huge pickup on 3rd down.
They had no 3rd down conversions coming into this drive. Already 3 on this possession. Again, Plummer outside the pocket just throws it away here as he was being chased by Brendan Peely. Nearing 4 minutes to go. We talked a little bit about Justin Wilcox earlier when we were on ESPN News, but the 6-year head coach spent some time at USC as the defensive coordinator. Justin's helped Cal get to 2 bowl games. His father, Dave, is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Longtime San Francisco 49er. Tough to win at Cal. Sonny Dykes had trouble there, and now he's got TCU undefeated as their head coach. Plummer in trouble, wrapped up. Again, it's Tui Pelotu. Another takedown at the 33, a loss of 2.
Well, this guy is a problem and a nightmare for this Cal offensive line. Just relentless in his pass rush. You're going to see him working off the edge. He slips, falls, gets right back up, and he's able to get Jack Plummer down. Nowhere for him really to go with the ball down the field. Just love the effort from Tui Pelotu. He's an NFL defensive lineman. He's playing defensive end. I think at the next level, he's more of a 3 technique inside, but he's got that versatility. And even at his size, at 290 pounds, still enough quickness to come off the edge. We're going to have to figure out some way to help out this offensive line the rest of the night on number 49.
Well, can Cal do it again? They converted 3rd and 13. And timeout, Cal. Wilcox will call a timeout.
Timeout on the field.
You wonder, they want to talk here, okay, are we in 4-down territory? Depending on what happens on 3rd down, be about a 50-yard field goal from here.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
Why is Roger happy? It's the little things Carvana does. See, Roger wants to sell his car, stat. Little things like getting a real offer in 2 minutes really make Roger happy. So does Carvana's customer advocate, Caitlin, picking up his car at promptly 10 a.m.
Hi, are you Roger?
Berglund, with the Honda Accord? Yes, I am. It's right over there. Will I be getting...
And he loves that Caitlin pays him on the spot. Yep, Raj, it's the little things that drive you happy. We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, road tested and game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Welcome back to ESPN College Football, presented by Geico. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luginbill in Los Angeles. USC ranked 9th in the country, 1 loss on the season, leading Cal 13-7. The Bears have a 3rd down and 12 from the 33 of USC.
That Plummer sees something he likes. He's checking at the line. Sturdivant up top, single coverage.
Plummer instead over the middle, and the catch is made right at the line to gain by Maven Anderson. They're going to spot him a yard short, and Cal is going for it here on 4th down and a yard.
Well, Justin Wilcox told us we got to score touchdowns. Field goals aren't going to beat USC. And if they can convert here and get 6 on the board before half, man, what momentum that would be.
It's 4th and 2 based on the spot. Brooks is the tailback, not Jaden Ott.
Why would you not have your best player on the field here?
Maybe they call timeout.
Completely with you.
They have 2. Let's see if they use it here. The play clock down to 5. They're going to back off here and use that timeout. So also maybe
prior to delay a game.
Timeout was called.
Timeout, Cal. They're 2nd and a half. 30 seconds.
So let's go back to Matt Berry while we have a moment.
Hey guys, coming up on the halftime report brought to you by College Football Final. LSU in a classic tonight against Alabama. Cannot wait to show all of those highlights. Plus Clemson, they went on the road to Notre Dame and got beat. It was one of the biggest arguments in college football playoff rankings. And Georgia did what they needed to do at home against Tennessee. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway join me coming up at the half.
All those crazy games, yet Matt's hair stays perfect.
Are you like living in my head? I was just going to say, is there a better coif in all of television than my man Matt Berry? It's always pristine and perfect, isn't it? What do you think time with the blow dryer has been? Over, under 15 minutes?
I don't know. It's been so long since I needed a blow dryer. I kind of forgot what that was like.
That's the man. Hey, by the way, Dan Mullen's been a great addition. Love hearing his insights.
Oh, he's been great.
Coach's perspective. He's been a great addition to our team here at ESPN. Those guys do an awesome job there in the studio.
All right, so let's see if Cal brings Ott into the game for 4th down. So it would be about a 38-yard field goal, and I understand what Justin Wilcox said to us on the phone, but do you get the sense that maybe the way this game has gone, that maybe 3 here isn't such a bad idea?
I think the mindset for him in this game coming in, we've got to score points. If we're going to beat USC, we're going to take down Caleb Williams, understanding what he brings to the table and the stress he puts on you defensively. I think he's going to stay true to his word. I understand what you're saying. This has been a great drive, lengthy, shoot up a lot of this clock here, just like they want to convert on 3rd downs to put them in the spot. But I think the mindset stays the same. They got to go in, be aggressive, and try to attack USC if they're going to come in here and get a win.
No, Dusty, I'm curious, though, with them getting the ball coming out of the coming out of halftime to start the 3rd quarter, that maybe you do take the 3 here.
Their kicker, Dario Longetto, has missed 5, though. He's 9 of 14. He struggled a little bit with accuracy as long as 42. He did make a 54-yarder a few years ago. Again, it would be about a 40-yarder from here, but
Jade not in the game, guys. They're going empty here.
Can Cal keep the drive going? 4th down and 2. Plummer, pump fake, and throws behind the receiver. Hunter incomplete. And USC takes over on downs. Good stand by the Trojan defense there after Cal put together a nice drive to get inside the 25.
Well, it looked like he wanted to go to Sturdivant, working inside. It's really well covered. Nice reroute there by Shane Lee. Good coverage down the field by USC. And boy, what looked like a very promising drive for Cal turns up empty.
I don't know, Dusty. I just don't know if getting into empty is their game on a 4th and 2. That's just not Cal football.
I'm surprised when Jade Knott wasn't breaking the huddle out there with that offense. Totally with you, Tom.
As you guys said, though, the Sturdivant gets knocked off his feet. It looked like that's who Plummer was going to, and that seemed to change everything there. Was way off on that throw, so USC takes over. 2:17 to go and 3 timeouts and an empty set. Caleb Williams has been operating very well out of this formation. He dumps it off to Washington, and Washington is ripped to the ground at the 28-yard line. Good tackle that time by Jackson Sermon, who is the son of Peter Sermon, the defensive coordinator. Peter played in the NFL, played linebacker.
Well, Jackson's been a great addition here to Cal. Tackles so well, makes all the calls.
Spent 4 years at Washington before transferring to Cal, gain of 5. And we're inside 2 minutes to go now. Cal rushes 3. Everybody covered. Williams on the move. Throws to the sideline. And what a toss. Travis Dye, nice catch too, but man, that was a pinpoint throw by Caleb Williams to move the sticks.
He's just patient, waiting to something come open, and as soon as Travis Dye just gets a little bit of space, it's a dart on the sidelines. Good strong hands by the running back completing that catch. It's the other aspect of his game, Tom. He's an excellent pass catcher for a running back.
Yeah, especially along the sideline. Great awareness of where his feet are.
Williams pump fake, steps up in the pocket. Again throws to the sideline, but that skips into Dye. Boy, they're saying that was caught. I thought it was incomplete.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's skipped to him. So it'll be second down, 1:33 to go. 3 timeouts left. Caleb Williams is now throwing 24 passes.
1:37, please, on the game clock.
Not sure what the one official was looking at. So Williams 15 of 24. 157 through the air for Williams, and again a rushing touchdown. And Williams pass a little hot to handle that time for Jackson. So now it's 3rd and 10 and a chance. Miles Jernigan getting some pressure that time in the face of Williams. A chance here for Cal to get a stop and get the offense back out there.
And misfire there by Caleb Williams. Ball sails well wide of his intended target. Pretty good coverage over there by the true freshman Jeremiah Irby, who's got great length. I know Peter Sermon, the defensive coordinator, very excited about the outlook for his young cornerback who stepped in and really played well for this Cal defense.
See Dye again there leaving the pocket. Williams not been very good on 3rd down so far, just 1 for 5. But there was a drop by Bynum on the opening possession on 3rd down. Pressure off the edge. Williams escapes again and pass off the mark again on 3rd down, trying to hit Kyle Ford. And so USC will punt. Orrin Patu again in the backfield for Cal.
He's been excellent. He's working on that redshirt freshman Mason Murphy. Just going to see speed and good bend off the edge. Really good hands there, and it got Caleb Williams uncomfortable enough. He does reset, and just another misfire. Back-to-back poor throws there by Caleb Williams. He had Ford open in the middle of the field, but a big stop by Cal.
Sleep Dalton to punt. And the fair catch is made at the 30-yard line by Jeremiah Hunter. Dave Pash, Dusty Dvorak up here in the booth. Tom Luganbill down on the field. You get the sense watching this, even though USC has a lot of good receivers, they miss Mario Williams, Jordan Addison. Remember, Addison won the Biletnikoff last year at Pitt, transferred to USC. Both those guys missed last week's game. They didn't seem to need him, but it looks like in this game they could use him right now.
Absolutely. I mean, the best receiver in college football, yeah, you could use him. He's such a tough cover, opens up so many things for this offense, and credit Cal's defense. They've showed up. They've come to play, playing a lot of guys back, a lot of zone coverage, making USC earn it, and they've come up with quite a few timely stops here throughout the course of this game, and they give their offense the ball back with an opportunity to take the lead here before half. If you're Justin Wilcox, you got to be fired up and excited about the way your team has shown up here tonight.
Plummer going to work, gets hit as he throws a deep ball. It's overthrown and picked off by Bullock at the 40-yard line. That's the 14th interception of the season for USC. And if you're Cal, that's the one thing you can't have happen. At worst, you're going into the locker room down 6, and now you turn it over. USC's got 1:12 to go and 3 timeouts.
Watch Bullock just sitting there playing center field. He started down, he rocks to the middle of the field, just over the top. Excellent range coming in, getting a huge interception. I don't think Jack Plummer ever saw him. And boy, Kalen Bullock, if you don't know much about him, he's got great ball skills, can really run. You see how much ground he made up there, and a big takeaway here before halftime for this USC football team.
Again, it goes back to what Coach Wilcox said. We're going to be aggressive. Yeah. Where you're thinking, okay, maybe you just run the ball and just be content down 6. Nope. They were aggressive, but it hurt them. And now Travis Dye running off the right side. Down to the 46. Lincoln Riley will call a timeout. 2 remaining for the Trojans. Cal led 7-0. was a great first drive for the Bears, punctuated by a touchdown run from true freshman Jaden Ott, who had 274 yards and 3 scores in a game recently at Arizona. That's a true freshman making some sweet moves there. USC bounced back, though.
They got to get Ott going in the second half of this football game, and you mentioned it. Then Caleb Williams gets going. Travis Dye, excellent setup there to the outside before he cuts it back inside. Cal's come in, and they've given USC a real fight here in this first half. I think going into the second half, boy, Jaden Ott, just 5 rushes. This is a guy who in their biggest win this year against Arizona went for 274 and 3 touchdowns. I'm surprised we haven't seen him have a bigger role in this football game.
And when they have decided to run, and particularly here in the second quarter, they've tried to go lateral. You referenced you're not going to do that with SC's athletes. They got to run downhill and play SC in a phone booth.
Second down and 6 for USC. 2 timeouts remaining, just outside a minute to go. And Williams to throw off play action. Steps up in the pocket. Got a receiver. It's caught inside the 20 by Taj Washington. Knocked out of bounds inside the 10.
Well, I like this route right here. They completely lose Taj Washington. It's just a shallow cross, and then he's going to get vertical along the sidelines, kind of like a wheel route. Nobody identifies him except the quarterback, Caleb Williams. An easy pitch and catch, and just like that, USC knocking on the door for a touchdown after that Cal interception.
That's back-to-back games now for Washington, over 100 yards receiving. So with Addison and Williams out, Washington has been the go-to guy for Caleb Williams. First and goal from the 7. USC looking to add to its 6-point advantage. Williams to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Michael Jackson. They take advantage of the Cal mistake. That's something USC has done all season long. Turning turnovers into touchdowns. 19-7.
And it's the counter GT, front side counter. Corner comes off. Now you got a receiver matched up on a safety. Michael Jackson, and the ball placement is spectacular. How about that arm angle, Dave? See where he threw that from? About from his hip. Just whipped it on a rope. Perfectly placed for a Trojan touchdown.
First touchdown pass of the night for Williams, his 25th on the season. 29th accounted for overall in terms of touchdowns for Williams.
So it's a GT counter, right? And this is Caleb Williams reading it. He sees the corner blitz off the edge there from Irby, knows he's got the matchup he wants. And as you see Irby come up, jump in the throwing window, drops down 3/4 and delivers a dime. I'd say great illustration of what Caleb Williams brings to this football team. The decision making and then the arm flexibility to make any throw from anywhere.
You know, Dusty, we've talked about this before, you know, the difference between arm strength and arm talent. He has both, but the ability to change arm angles dependent upon what's in his face or who's around him makes him truly unique compared to his peers here in college football.
And this is a guy with not a ton of starting experience. He started the last 7 games a year ago for Oklahoma, but his first start was October 16th of 2021 against TCU as a true freshman. And one thing that, you know, Lincoln told us, we spoke to him this week, an area that he's really grown is how he plays on the road. He struggled on the road last year at Oklahoma, played much better in his second college football season as a road team for SC, as Ashton Hayes gets it across the 25, 48 seconds remaining. And 1 timeout left for Cal. As we look at the Heisman hopefuls, we've got some numbers attached to these. And again, these are, first of all, just so everybody knows, these are alphabetical order. So that's the reason why we've got it set up this way here for you. 8 guys we've got listed. Bo Nix, boy, what a day he had. 5 touchdowns, responsible for 2 passing, 2 rushing, and a receiving touchdown. First guy since Josh Harris at Bowling Green in 2001 to have that 2-2-1. But Stroud struggled. Drake May continues to play well. Hooker did not have a great game. Max Duggan certainly helped his cause as Cal just runs the ball up the middle here with DeCarlos Brooks. And you wonder, maybe is Jaden not shaken up as we continue to see Brooks. Blake Corum had a good day, but big opportunity for Caleb Williams here. Another national TV game for him to get the voters' attention.
And don't get it confused. Look, Lincoln Riley, his staff has done a great job. They've added some nice pieces. USC is in this position because of Caleb Williams. I mean, he has been nothing short of spectacular, and how well he takes care of the football on top of making the plays, I think really separates him. He is definitely moving up Heisman boards. And I'll tell you another guy we've seen this year, Drake May, and what North Carolina is doing there in Chapel Hill. That's another guy that, to me, has got to be somewhere at the top of most people's list when we're talking Heisman Trophy. Hendon Hooker, and he played Georgia today. That's a tough defense. It's going to be fun here these next couple of weeks as these players jockey in position.
What Cal just did there, maybe they should have done in the last drive, and it'd still be 13-7, but now USC in command, leading 20-7 after the Caleb Williams magic. We send it to Matt Berry, Joey Galloway, Dan Mullen, halftime report.
Guys, thank you. The college football final halftime report, final halftime of the day. We're going to start with the Pac-12 audience. The crosstown rival UCLA in Tempe taking on Arizona State. ASU up 3-0. DTR, this is what he can do.
Great job. I love scrambling at the pressure so the defensive lineman has to change direction. The rest of it is him being a great athlete.
21-10 right now, UCLA. Well, the upset of the day took place in South Bend. Prince Collie scoops up the block punt, goes all the way for the touchdown. That was a sign of things to come.
This is the second straight week Notre Dame has started their game off with a non-offensive touchdown.
6th block punt of the year, most in FBS. Drew Pine, he takes in. It's 14-0.
They were physical at controlling the line of scrimmage from start to finish in this game.
Until the end. This is a pick 6 here by Benjamin Morrison. Clemson tacked on some points, but their offense was absolutely horrific.
It's really bad. In plays like this, give the Notre Dame defense credit. Last couple weeks, they've looked as good as any team in the country.
14-game winning streak for the Tigers snap, 35-14. Notre Dame gets the win. The game of the day in Baton Rouge, LSU hosting Alabama, down 17-15. Bryce Young to Ja'Cory Brooks. Big play here. What a play by Bryce Young. Alabama regains the lead.
Unbelievable. His pocket awareness and ability to extend plays is like no one in college football.
But they started going for 2, and they weren't getting them, and that ended up being a difference.
Not a fan of this call. If they get that, they go up 6. Why not just go up 5?
So 21-17, Jaden Daniels to Mason Taylor. Get used to that combination. Back in the end zone. 2 minutes left. LSU retakes the lead. Bama ball now. Will Reichert, opportunity to tie it and send it to overtime.
This could be for the win if they kick the extra point.
That's it. They went for 2 twice, didn't get it, but it's a tie now, and we get to go to overtime. 3rd and goal. Roydell Williams punches it in.
The power up front, the line. They had a couple opportunities. Bryce Young kept the drive alive to give them that opportunity.
LSU's turn. First play of overtime. Jaden plants his foot and he's gone.
Daniels is dangerous outside the pocket. Had 95 yards rushing in this game. They couldn't contain him.
Brian Kelly goes for 2 for the win.
Gets man coverage right there. Little pick play. We saw that a couple years ago, Alabama in the national championship game against Clemson.
Guys, it is possible after that win, 32-31, that the college football playoff will not include Clemson and Alabama. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway, Matt Berry alongside. What'd you see?
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy. And you look at Alabama and what they've done this year, and I know, the wheels have come off. They have a 1-point loss in overtime at LSU, a 3-point loss at Tennessee, both top 10 teams. They are an excellent, excellent football team. Just have little mistakes that you're not used to seeing Alabama teams make. They've made, and it's going to cost them probably a chance at the playoffs.
A lot of people are questioning this Clemson team being ranked in the top 4. But what a crazy season for Notre Dame. They start off 0-2. Then they later on the season lose a bad game to Stanford. Now the last 2 weeks against Syracuse and now Clemson, Marcus Freeman has his team playing really good defense and physical. In the second half of both games, they decided we're tougher than you. We're going to run the ball at you. They ran it for 263 against Clemson to win this game.
Yeah, barring.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football, presented by Geico from Los Angeles, California. This is the Pac-12 on ESPN. And the number 9 team in the country, the USC Trojans, trying to stay within striking distance of Oregon atop the Pac-12 standings. They trailed the Ducks by a game and obviously trying to stay in the college football playoff discussion. Who knows how far they might move up based on what happens the rest of this game should they win. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville down on the field. Well, you made the statement in the first half that USC is 7-1 because of quarterback Caleb Williams. And man, he is as good as it gets, and he's climbing the Heisman Trophy list.
He's been fantastic all season, and he's been fantastic here so far tonight, as we've seen USC go away from the rushing attack and really lean on the arm of their quarterback, and a lot of empty sets and just allowing Caleb Williams to pick apart what's been a porous Cal defense throughout the course of the year. But the close of that half was the story, Dave. Cal was in perfect position with the ball, just over a minute to play. They take an ill-advised shot, and like USC's done all year, they get a big takeaway, and then it's the points off of the takeaway. That's the 59 points from USC off of turnovers this year, about as good as anybody in college football. And all of a sudden now, instead of going in down 1 score, you're down 2 here to start the second half.
They do get the ball, start the third quarter. See if Jaden Ott gets more touches. He was not on the field at the end of that second quarter. At 12 touches, 8 runs, 4 receptions. Touchback will come out to the 25.
Take a look at that last Caleb Williams touchdown pass. It gives you an idea of what this young man brings to the table. So it's a DT counter scheme to the front side. And Caleb is going to read this out. He's got to read it quick. So as soon as he gets his read, he sees the corner coming off the edge, blitzing. He knows right now, I'm going to throw this football. And as you can see, big, long corner jumping in the air, drops 3/4, and puts it only where his wide receiver can make the catch. It's about as good as it gets right there, Mr. Pash.
Jaden Ott back on the field, and he had a touchdown in the opening drive for Cal. They had a 7-0 lead, but 20 unanswered points by the Trojans. They stack the box here on first down, and Plummer to throw across the middle, and a catch out to the 30-yard line for Jeremiah Hunter. Let's go to Tom.
Well, guys, a fiery Justin Wilcox coming out of the tunnel, not happy with his offense in any way, shape, or form. In fact, all he talked about was moving the football, scoring touchdowns. Field goals are not going to beat USC. And on the flip side, as we saw SC, Lincoln Riley just dinking and dunking because there aren't a lot of opportunities downfield, hoping to create some in this half.
To the sideline it goes, and Sturdivant is close to a first down. Now, Caleb Williams threw the ball 28 times. In that first half, they ran the ball just 13 times, so 2-to-1 pass to run ratio. Sturdivant is short here for Cal, so 3rd down and 1.
Jack Plummer now up to 21 pass attempts on the day.
And Ott taken down short of the line to gain. Nick Figueroa was there for USC, and Bears will have to punt. They go 3 and out on their first drive of the second half.
Well, you see movement post-snap, and it's Nick Figueroa coming down, creating that negative play, playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, a staple of what Alex Grinch wants to do. A lot of pre-snap, post-snap movement, and Figueroa able to get a big stop on 3rd and short.
45, 19, wearing 45.
Sheehan is on to punt it again. It'll be his 4th punt of the game. Michael Jackson had a touchdown catch in the first half. At the end of that first half, we just showed you, he is deep. Fielded on the 25 by Jackson, and bottled up and brought down. USC only had 1 turnover all season. That was an interception by Caleb Williams back on October 1st against Arizona State. They have not lost a fumble yet. Never happened, by the way, in case you're wondering, throughout a college football season, that a team has not had a lost fumble. Of course, we're jinxing them now. It's only happened 4 times that a team has made it through an entire season with 1 lost fumble.
The broadcaster jinx.
Yep.
You're going to have a lot of USC fans very upset with you, Mr. Pash.
Lincoln Riley's not sending you a Christmas card.
They haven't even snapped the ball yet. You guys are predicting doom here now that we brought this up.
You've done it, not us. Don't bring us into this.
Hey, I heard the other night, I was watching the World Series as Travis Dye gets the carry for about 4 yards, and they were talking about the no-hitter while it was going on, and nothing happened. A team no-hitter. Congratulations, by the way, to the Astros winning the 2nd World Series for them in the last 5 years.
Big for Dusty Baker. Won 1 as a player, been trying to get 1 as a manager, so congrats to another Dusty from Dusty.
You Dusties are tight. You all hang together. Not many of you.
Dusty Bottoms.
3 amigos.
Dusty Rhodes, of course.
And a flag down, deep pass incomplete over the head of Bynum. Let's see what the penalty's about. I don't know if many people remember Three Amigos.
They should.
Don't think it won any Academy Awards, but certainly
Illegal
excellent
shift.
film.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
So they take the penalty. Had they declined it, it would have been 3rd and 5. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Lincoln Riley, first year, 38 years old, went to 3 college football playoffs at Oklahoma, won 4 conference championships, and he's the first coach at Southern Cal to start 7-1 since John Robinson back in 1976. People thought, because of the buzz and the history and success of Lincoln Riley, that USC would be good. I don't think they thought they'd be this good this quickly, as Williams gets hammered at the 30-yard line by Oladejo. Was hired by Bob Stoops to be the offensive coordinator, was at East Carolina prior to that, and then took over for Stoops 2017. Had 3 outstanding quarterbacks, 2 Heisman Trophy winners. Jalen Hurts finished 2nd. Caleb Williams certainly in the picture, literally, and also for the Heisman discussion as he continues to excel.
He's had a ton of success, great offensive mind, and as you mentioned, he's had some fantastic quarterbacks. They make a big difference at every level, especially here in college.
On 3rd down and 9, Williams throws a strike for a first down to Terrell Bynum. So just as we're talking about Caleb Williams making plays, standing in there on 3rd and long to move the sticks.
Nice job by Bynum, sitting down in that zone, found a soft spot, and it's a strike from Caleb Williams. And a nice conversion on 3rd down.
Dusty, I don't know if people realize how strong Caleb Williams' arm is. I mean, when you're down here on the field, and he can really unleash it. And we've seen him a few times, but I don't think I realized just how strong it was, even going back through high school.
Williams to throw on 1st down. Looking downfield, taking a shot down the sideline, incomplete. He was going for Raleek Brown, covered by Jackson Sermon.
Well, that's a great job by Jackson Sermon right there. Tell you what, 240-pound linebacker on a speedster like Raleek Brown, and he's running stride for stride with him. Papa, defensive coordinator Peter Sermon, going to be happy about that job right there.
We were talking with Peter, and we asked him, how much further along is your son at this stage? Because Peter was a good NFL linebacker for a while, and he said, my son's a lot smarter than I was at this stage. I made some mistakes. As Michael Jackson is loose and might be gone inside the 30, inside the 20. Jackson, touchdown SC, and the Trojans starting to pull away.
It's very similar to what we saw earlier in the game. As you're going to see Jackson come inside. This time, instead of pulling the backside tackle, they take that tackle, get him up on the 2nd, 3rd level, help spring an explosive play and a big USC touchdown.
He had 4 catches and a touchdown all season, Michael Jackson, coming into this game. 2 catches tonight, both for touchdowns. No Jordan Addison or Mario Williams, but others are stepping up. And when you got a quarterback like Caleb Williams spreading it around, anything's possible. Although Jackson did most of the work here after the catch. And USC in command at home, 27-7.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
My name's Amy, and I bought and financed my car through Carvana. Everything was all good, but then things hit a slight snag. Okay, so they were trying to verify my employment status while I was at work in a giant hole in a mine. But then something amazing happened. Hello. Carvana worked with my shift manager and got everything sorted out, so I didn't miss out on the car. Super helpful. I was over the moon, even though I was underground.
We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Back in Los Angeles at the Coliseum, where USC is a major story again in the city of LA. Just 4 wins a year ago, looking to double that mark and get win number 8 tonight behind the trusted arm of Caleb Williams, who's thrown 2 more touchdowns tonight, now 26 on the season. He's also run for a score, his 4th. He's accounted for 30 total touchdowns now on the season. Ashton Hayes, who's had some good returns for Cal, across the 25, trying to get the edge, and he's twirled to the turf at the 27-yard line. Micah Kroom.
Let's take a look at this touchdown for Michael Jackson. This is the stress Lincoln Riley's offense puts on you, okay? It's that same GT counter, but this time they're going to throw the screen, and they're going to pull center guard tackle all the way out in front. 62 the center, Brett Nealon, and 76 the left tackle, Mason Murphy. Get all the way up into the 2nd and 3rd level, secure those blocks, and allow a great running lane for Michael Jackson to take it to the house. You got to deal with this quarterback. You got to deal with this scheme. Put so much stress on opposing defenses.
And now Cal going empty here, down 20. Plummer to the air. Here's Anderson, nowhere to go. Driven to the turf at the 24-yard line by Max Williams. So a negative play to start this drive. You know, at what point, the coaches told us Jack Plummer is the starter, but we might see Kai Milner. At what point, even though you're down by 3 scores, you probably need to throw the ball, though you still have a half to go. Do you put Milner in there just for a little change of pace?
Create a spark? I think we're getting to the point where, yes, you absolutely do.
And that's got to be interference. Yep, here comes several flags as Sturdivant was grabbed and turned by Mekhi Blackman. Sturdivant's going to be a good one. Island Village, Texas leads the country among freshmen in receptions and touchdowns.
Pass interference. Defense number 6. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Mekhi Blackman, talking about him earlier, one of their better cover corners, working on Sturdivant. Just gets that right arm hooked on his arm. Good call by the officials. Might have been a missed hold on the interior. Tui Pelotu once again applying that inside pressure. You can see what looked to me like a hold from the Cal offensive line, but easy call there on the interference from Blackman.
Cal started 3-1. The only loss for the Bears was a 7-point loss at Notre Dame, but they've dropped 4 in a row since. Gonna run the ball here, and no running room whatsoever for Ott, as that defense now for USC starting to come alive. Dejon Benton smacked Ott as soon as he reached the line of scrimmage and got pushed back. They're actually going to mark him short of the line of scrimmage. So another negative play on first down.
And that was an inside run stunt by the defensive line. 79 actually wrapped over the top to make that play. Came free, came clean, and gave nowhere for Cal to be able to run the football.
80 points allowed by that USC defense in the last 2 games, but much better after that opening drive tonight. Cal went right down the field to start the game and scored first, but the defense has been very good the last 2 quarters. Here's a deep shot and a wide open man. Hunter inside the 10. And they get to him inside the 5-yard line. So Bryson Shaw with the tackle, but it will be 1st and goal for Cal after a gain of 57.
Well, it starts with the protection. Jack Plummer's actually got time to survey the field, but it's a double move. You're going to see Hunter an out and up, and he beats right, jumps that out and gives just enough space, and a perfectly placed pass there from Jack Plummer for really the first explosive play through the passing game here tonight.
1st and goal from the 4, going to throw again. Plummer in trouble and sacked back at the 12-yard line by Tellini. 3.5 sacks now on the year for the senior.
Boy, Tellini, just a good quality bull rush inside on 77. Everett Johnson gets him on skates. Nice job getting off the offensive lineman and getting Plummer to the ground.
Smart play by Plummer there. Make sure you don't make a bad play worse.
Exactly right, Tom.
But you also had a receiver right there, just ground it. Just throw it right in the ground. You're outside the pocket.
He's inside the pocket. That was an inside.
But there was a receiver in there. Just throw it at his feet. They run out here, bouncing off of a tackler, but then they swarm to him. Shaw leading the way. They'll blow it dead at the 7, so a gain of 4 to bring up 3rd down and goal.
Looked initially like a nice hole there for Ott to be able to run through, but good closing speed from Shaw coming up from that safety position. Can they protect Jack Plummer and give him enough time to locate a wide receiver? Empty once again here for this Cal offense.
Justin Wilcox has said several times we're not going to beat him with field goals, so assuming it's 4-down territory, 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. Plummer back to throw, and receiver fell down, and another flag. Sturdivant got tripped up. Kalen Bullock in coverage for USC. This will be a 1st down for the Bears.
Pass interference. Defense number 7. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball by rule is spotted at the 2-yard line. Automatic 1st down.
Bullock's trying to plead his case, but I think this is the right call. You're going to see way too much contact on him in the end zone. Get the reroute by the linebacker and then kind of a shove to the ground. That's the right call there, Dave.
So it'll put him on the 2-yard line, 1st and goal.
Tight ends in the game.
Little bootleg. Plummer drops it off. Beautiful play. Touchdown, Monroe Young. Well designed and executed by Cal. 1st score for the Bears since the opening drive.
Excellent play design, as you mentioned, by Bill Musgrave. That's exactly what Cal needed to stay in this ball game. Nice job here by Jack Plummer. Really, it's the motion across for Monroe Young, unaccounted for as he slips into the flats, and a nice find there by Plummer to get Cal their 2nd touchdown tonight.
And 2nd on the season for Monroe Young, whose dad Fred, longtime Seattle Seahawk, went to 4 Pro Bowls with the Seahawks. And the point after makes it 27-14. Cal is not done yet. Midway point of the 3rd quarter.
Well, it felt like USC may pull away. Quick stop on defense, quick score on offense. But Jack Plummer says we're not going away just yet. Big touchdown for the Bears.
Didn't Illinois just pass some new law?
They're essentially eliminating cash bail for almost everything dangerous. Secondary murder, arson, so you can light a guy's house on fire, get right out of jail. Drug-induced homicide, robbery, kidnapping, aggravated battery, burglary, intimidation, aggravated driving under the influence, fleeing and eluding drug offenses, and threatening a public official. No bail.
What?
Yeah, they're f***ed.
Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Monday, January 9th on ESPN.
And Oregon is the leader in the Pac-12 at 6-0. No divisions anymore, so the top 2 teams will play in the Pac-12 championship game. So numbers. With 1-loss teams, Oregon, USC, and UCLA, those are the 3 teams still alive for a college football playoff spot. Utah losing at Florida to start the season, and then UCLA. The Bruins still have Utah. They have USC on the schedule as well, and right now the Bruins are leading at Arizona State by 24. USC is leading at home here over Cal by 13.
The battle for LA is going to be off the charts in a couple of weeks, Dave. Oregon, Utah coming up in a couple of weeks as well. Man, it'll be fun to watch this race unfold.
Malik Brown wasn't sure whether he was going to bring it out. Actually did all right getting back to the 20-yard line. Demetric Jackson with a tackle for Cal. Don't forget, next Saturday night, TCU is not going to be number 7. The question is, will the Horned Frogs be in the top 4 of the latest college football playoff rankings? They have to go to Austin to play Texas. We'll have it. Saturday night football game presented by Capital One.
Texas Tech fought today in Fort Worth. Nice win once again by Sonny Dykes. I love Texas off a bye. Got a 21-point lead in Manhattan. and they've blown a bunch of those. We saw that in Stillwater a few weeks ago. They held on and got a big win against K-State, very much alive for a Big 12 championship.
Caleb Williams to throw on first down, takes a shot again, and it's incomplete. He was going for Michael Jackson. Should TCU be in the top 4?
I'd put them in my top 4. But, you know, that's up for everyone to debate. You know, I know that they've had some tough, hard-fought wins, had to come back against Oklahoma State, had to come back against Kansas State. We're down at a point here today, but they're 9-0. Their offense with Max Duggan is outstanding. Their defense has gotten timely stops. I'd put them at 4 if I was on that committee come Tuesday night.
And I'm also very curious, I think everybody is, to see, does LSU jump some more one-loss teams? Some people probably think LSU should be in the top 4.
Really not in the field. It's an incomplete forward pass. It's third down.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10. It's a big third down here for both, because USC trying to get momentum back. Cal, which has momentum, trying to get a 3 and out, get the football back with 7:10 remaining in the 3rd.
Excellent job there by Miles Williams. 3rd string nickel in tonight, making a good play.
You saw a shot of Mario Williams on the sideline for USC. Both he and Jordan Addison, the reigning Biletnikoff winner, are out for this game. 2nd straight game they've missed due to injury. But look, USC has plenty of talent. They have a great quarterback, although Caleb Williams has struggled on 3rd down, just 2 for 7, but one of those was a drop by Terrell Bynum. And another drop put on the deck by Washington. That would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's a 3 and out, and the Bears are going to get the ball back.
Huge for Cal. They get the big score to hang around. Now a quick 3 and out. Get their offense the ball back. Thought it would maybe go to Taj Washington working there on the slide. He just dropped it. That hits him right in the hands as he starts to slow down his route. And all of a sudden now, USC with a couple of mistakes there on that possession open the door for Cal to get right back in this ballgame.
Hey, Dusty, I was standing right behind that route. I think Patrick Sermon swooped right in front of it and maybe got the receiver a little distracted.
Here's Sleep Dalton punting, and it's not good. But it takes a USC hop, and the Trojans jump on it at the 45. So Cal will have it there. Very good field position for Cal. Down 27-14. Jack Plummer feeling it a little bit. We'll see if he can keep it going when we return.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
My partner got old.
Getting old means we got the financing to go from micro to macro.
Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old.
You're never too old.
To get old.
Well, Jack Plummer was so blessed this week. He is their starting quarterback, and he's been good tonight. 18-24 for 209 and a touchdown. He did have the one mistake before half with the interception, but since that pick, he's been 5 of 5. This one here to Hunter. That's his season and career long. Ties for the career long of 57 yards. Love this play design as they get Monroe Young open in the flats for a touchdown last possession. And with the defense stepping up and getting a big 3 and out, opportunity here for Cal with this drive.
For the Purdue transfer, spent 4 years with the Boilermakers. Jaden Ott, again, no running room. They have really done a much better job up front since that first drive. That was Figueroa. Made the tackle to Fo'o in there too, and another negative play on first down. That's happened 3 or 4 times here. In the 3rd quarter, they're losing yardage on first down.
Cal's offensive line struggling with the movement from the USC front, creating those negative plays.
And on the right side of the Cal line, there was some movement.
False start. Offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
It's on the tight end, Jermaine Terry. And you got to think, if Cal's going to win this game, they got to keep Caleb Williams on the sideline. So at some point, you got to get the running game going. You can't keep relying on Jack Plummer. That's why we talked earlier about maybe going to Milner, although, of course, if you do that, you're taking Plummer off the field. He's settled down, as we just showed you, completing his last 5 passes. Only 31 rushing yards for Cal tonight. It's a USC defense that, let's just say, has not been stout this year. Sturdivant gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so gain of about 6. Be 3rd down and long.
And the bulk of those rushing yards on the first drive of the game for Cal.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them have much success whatsoever since that point. Plummer on a drive earlier before halftime was 3 of 3 on 3rd down. See if he can convert here.
Even if you get 5 or 6, you have to think Cal would be in a situation where it would go for it based on Justin Wilcox's comments to Tom at halftime. But a deep ball, jump ball, broken up. Sturdivant, or excuse me, Hunter, the intended receiver, but Kalen Bullock came over there, the sophomore from Pasadena, to break up the pass and force the punt.
We had Hunter working right up the seam, but too much air on this football. It allows the speedy, athletic Bullock to close ground and make a play on that football. Outstanding job by Bullock. Second time we've seen him over the top safety come in. It was a pick before halftime, and it's a big pass breakup there on 3rd and long. But Tom, I thought if he too much air on that ball, it gave Bullock too much time to be able to get to PBU.
Another punt. Sheehan averaging 46 yards a punt, leads the Pac-12. They're going to need a good one out of him here. And the Trojans inside their 20-yard line. And the fair catch made around the 14 by Jackson. But a quick drive by Cal, which means Caleb Williams goes right back to work for USC. Williams is 19 of 34. 273 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. He also has a rushing touchdown. Coming off a career-high 411 passing yards against Arizona last week. 5 touchdown passes each of the last 2 games. The big win was at Oregon State, a game that they could have easily lost. Lincoln Riley said that's when he feels like Caleb Williams really turned the corner in his maturity. Struggled last year as a true freshman, some on the road. When he was at Oklahoma, that win in Corvallis was huge. Came up short against Utah, but scored 42 points in that game and lost. Williams keeps it here, makes the right decision, running the ball and getting the first down. Gain of 13 to the 27.
How about how long he rides this with Relief Brown at that mesh point, really putting that defender in a huge conflict. Ruchina has to make a decision. He stays outside. The proper decision by Caleb Williams to keep it, tuck it up, and move the chains.
And those are the ones you worry about, Dusty, that end up on the ground, right? When you're dragging it along for that long, man, those get dangerous.
Although again, just 1 turnover all season, and it was an interception thrown a month ago. Here's Travis Dye. Keeps the feet moving and picks up a first down. Nice job by Dye, the Oregon transfer.
You say nice job by Dye, and it was. I look at 76 Mason Murphy, the left tackle, his athleticism, and he gets out in the pull schemes and the screens. Really well done by him.
Quick throw by Williams, and Jackson on the catch makes the defender miss. Thrown forward for another first down into Cal territory. McWilliams with the tackle, but Caleb Williams for USC in a rhythm.
You mentioned earlier in this drive that Oregon State game. Went back and watched that game. Caleb didn't play well for most of the game, but when he had to late, final drive, he got a key 4th and 6 on a quarterback run. And the maturity and growth in that moment of that drive, it was huge and eventually saved the season from a playoff perspective.
Here's Dye on the carry, gets maybe 2, pushed back by Xavier Carlton. And coaches say all the time that, young quarterbacks, sometimes how they start the game, especially on the road, is how they finish it. And the fact, to your point, that he bounced back after not playing well early on to get a win when their defense had to keep them in the game. And they weren't scoring. Like we talked about Utah, 42 points and you lose that game. That Oregon State game, that was 17-14.
Knockdown, drag out. It was a tough place to play in Corvallis. And takeaways and defense, and then your quarterback, when he has to be great, that's exactly what he was.
Another run play on 2nd and 8. A hole for Dye. First down and more. Inside the 30. And Dye trying to stiff arm, gets shoved out by McWilliams at the 19. That's a 26-yard run for Dye.
We told you from the onset, it's a staple play. It's the bread and butter. It's counter. And we've seen all the action off of it. So now those defenders are a step slow because you know he can pull it and throw it. That time, big gaping hole for Travis Dye to get a jump run.
There's Dye again. Makes it to the 15. Gain of 3 or 4. So let's show you the contrast from a year ago. And again, not saying that it's all Caleb Williams and what happened for Oklahoma last year. Obviously, he didn't even think he was going to play a snap last year because Spencer Rattler was a Heisman candidate coming into the season. He didn't play well. Williams ends up being the starter midseason, went 1-2 on the road, 3-1 this year.
Kansas, Baylor, Oklahoma State. He had some real struggles, and as that graphic shows, he has really picked it up in that regard this season.
There's another sidearm throw inside the 10. Michael Jackson, it'll be 1st and goal. Is there anybody Caleb Williams reminds you of as you kind of watch him?
I mean, he's got a little bit of a lot of different players, and I thought it was interesting to ask Lincoln Riley. He said there's aspects of Kyler that he sees, but he's bigger, but he's a great thrower of the football. You know, Jalen Hurts, they don't exactly remind me of each other, but the way in which Lincoln uses him at times, I don't know. I mean, I think he's pretty unique, man. He's got some Kyler Murray qualities. He's not quite as explosive as a runner, but I think he's a more gifted thrower. So
he's Mahomes too, Dusty.
Absolutely, with that 3-quarter throw. He's Caleb Williams, man. He's special talent.
There it is again, out in the flat. Washington into the end zone for the touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass for Caleb Williams. And Washington with his 3rd touchdown catch in the last 2 games. Again, no Williams or Addison, the 2 leading receivers for USC, but Washington has stepped up again today. So has Michael Jackson. It was Kyle Ford last week at Arizona. Caleb Williams doesn't seem to mind who's out there. He's going to find you. Engineered an 8-play, 86-yard drive there. And the extra point from Dennis Lynch makes it 34, to 14 SC.
The receiver's not nearly as important as the quarterback, and Williams on that drive, 4 for 4 for 40 yards. And it's the same thing we've been talking about. It's this, I mean, it's what they do. They put you in such a conflict. This time it's twins to the field, or twins to the boundary, and then you see it's another just a wide receiver screen. GT counter the front side. We're going to throw out to the outside. Taj Washington, good blocking on the perimeter there by Jackson. It's just that play in particular, Tom, it just stresses a defense and puts you in such conflict. Because if you don't respect outside and get numbers out there, they're going to throw it. And if you do, they're going to run it because you got a live box. I mean, you're darned if you do, darned if you don't at times, especially when you got a guy like number 13 making the decisions on the fly.
You know, it's just my opinion. I didn't play, obviously, at the level that you and Tom did. But as somebody that's watched Kyler Murray every game he's played for the last 4 years in person, I see a lot of similarities. Now, Caleb is bigger, you're right. Yep. He's bigger by about 3 inches. But the throwing motion is very similar. The arm angle stuff, you see Murray do that as they muff. Ashton Hayes had trouble with the kickoff, and down he goes inside the 10. We saw on that run, though, by Caleb Williams, he's a very capable runner. I don't know that anybody's as explosive running the ball as Kyler Murray.
But he's effective as a runner.
Absolutely.
Just different. It looks different. He's more physical.
But the ball placement, the accuracy, that stuff, again, you see from Murray and Patrick Mahomes. Their combination of the two, they're obviously smaller than Mahomes.
I just hate, Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl.
I know.
League MVP. Caleb Williams, a phenomenal talent. There's no question.
You can compare the style, though, Dustin.
Sure.
I think it's more about, the ability to change arm angles and, pull a rabbit out of the hat, that type of stuff.
Absolutely. There's no question.
The guy's freaking good. That's what we're saying. It's really what we're saying here is the guy's really, really talented, and he's only a true sophomore. Plummer in trouble, dumps it off to Damian Moore, and he's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. We saw Drake May in person for North Carolina earlier this year. These two guys.
Let the debate begin for next year.
Yeah.
In the NFL draft meeting. Both these guys have their teams in great positions. North Carolina just with one loss. So what we're seeing now is a good Notre Dame team, chance for them to compete for an ACC championship, just like Caleb Williams has this team in current position.
Nice job to get out of there. And as he's about 8 yards past the line to gain with the pump fake, like he's going to throw it, but it did work, and he gets the first down.
It always does.
It does get us defenders, doesn't it, Tom?
You can be, I'm not kidding, you can be 10 yards downfield and do it, and your natural inclination is to jump, right?
No question, 100%.
Closing seconds here of the third quarter. Another pass play over the middle. Anderson turns upfield and gets 9 yards. Well, USC's defense has stepped up in this game tonight.
Timeout on the field.
And the Trojans offense behind Heisman Trophy candidate, and certainly one of the favorites, Caleb Williams, continues to shine for the number 9 team in the country.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
Okay, I'm an alien.
If you're making a sci-fi movie, you need to finish the special effects.
Does that look good?
And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
Tonight's game track brought to you by American Express. 4 more touchdowns accounted for, 31 on the season now for Caleb Williams, 3rd in the country, 27 touchdown passes. Not many through 9 games have been able to accomplish what Caleb Williams has done, especially through the year in terms of the touchdowns. And Cal down 20 with a 2nd and 1 as we start the 4th quarter. Keep it on the ground here and a first down for Brooks. I mean, look at the company that Caleb Williams is in when it comes to most passing touchdowns through 9 games. He's tied right now with Justin Fields. This is most passing touchdowns with 1 or 0 interceptions through 9 games since 2004. So that's obviously a big caveat. A lot of guys have had this many touchdowns, but he doesn't make the mistakes either. There is some contact downfield, but no flag. And now Bullock.
Yeah, and he got it with the hook again. Very similar to earlier. Gets him with the right hand hooks.
Did they throw the flag or not?
Yeah, they threw it late.
All right.
Came in late. I think it's the right call. Looks like he hooks him from the backside and kind of spins the wide receiver around.
Pass interference. Defense number 7. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Just to finish up on the Caleb Williams stuff, though, the fact that he's been as successful as he's been this year, as you look at the penalty, again, just the 1 interception. I mean, his mistakes are not, he's not taking a lot of risks, Dusty. His mistakes aren't costly. His misfires, a lot of them are in position where only the receiver can make the catch.
100% right, man. And it's what makes him so good. It's why USC is in this position, you know, to be able to take care of the football at that rate and not put it in harm's way. And then the explosiveness is there, the accuracy is there. His decision-making, that to me is what's really taken a leap. Decision-making and understanding when and where to go with the football, when to take a chance, when not to take a chance. It's impressive to watch.
Run play on 2nd down. Brooks up to midfield, comes up short of the line to gain, so 3rd and 1.
You know, Dusty, you'd think that you'd like at least have a batted ball, right? Like just sheer luck bad luck. You throw a ball, it gets tipped, it gets intercepted. They haven't even had that stuff happen.
Nope. He'll drop his arm down and throw it around a guy. We saw it on a touchdown, so it doesn't get batted down. Brooks able to power through an arm tackle of Shaw, get the first down into USC territory.
Nice physical run there by Brooks. You had Bryson Shaw coming downhill to beat him right at the line of scrimmage. Lowers the shoulder, spins forward, moves the chains. Nice piece of running by Carlos Brooks.
Redshirt junior from Chandler, Arizona, getting a chance to get some carries here in the second half. Plummer. Oh my goodness, what a call. Maven Anderson will walk into the end zone for a touchdown. The pump fake was gorgeous, and the defense just fled. Maven Anderson. It's a 47-yard pitch and catch for a walk-in touchdown. He was walking in starting at the 30.
About as easy as it gets, Dave. Very well executed, just a simple screen and go. Fake the screen to Sturdivant. Draws the defenders up. Jalen Smith, 19, jumps this route, as does Bullock. Nobody back deep. And an easy pitch and catch walk-in touchdown as Cal refuses to go away here in the Coliseum tonight.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they're back in the game. The question is, can they get a stop? Can they force a turnover to have a chance to win? As the point after makes it 34-21. There's plenty of time left. Down 2 possessions, 13 minutes to go. But at some point, the defense either has to get a stop or get a takeaway.
That's exactly right. We've seen them get stops. Can they get one coming back? 13's tough to stop.
Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you.
It's Tim Tebow in a Verbo. Where you get the whole place to yourself. So it's always just you and your Gators.
The ball is still loose as they get it to Rodgers. They give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going into the end zone. And the Bears have won. The Bears have won.
Joe Starkey just losing his mind on that call. What a great call for Starkey, who is retiring after the season after 48 years as the voice of the California Golden Bears. An onside kick, and it's recovered by Cal. Bet Joe is going wild on that call. Hunter Barth for Cal jumps on the football near midfield.
Wow, how about this? Wilcox calling for the onside kick, hits a USC player on that front line. Looks like it's wide receiver Brendan Rice that goes and tries to grab it. Looks like they might have had a hands team out there ready for it. Misplays it off the bounce. And Cal in prime position right around midfield. Huge play in this game. And as I mentioned earlier, Cal just refusing to go away here against USC.
All right, so let's see if they can take advantage. I mean, again, we said they need a turnover. That's not officially a turnover, but it feels like one. Plummer's pass is caught, and bouncing off of tacklers is Hunter, but he loses ground. And it ends up being no gain. It was going to be a gain of about 5 or 6 yards. He pinballed backwards and was tackled by Shane Lee, who's had a really good night.
Yeah, he has. All over the field. He's had a really good season. The Alabama transfer, playing for Brian Odom, the linebackers coach. He absolutely loves him. He's found a new life here, and USC came in from Alabama, not playing very well, and he's really stepped up into a key piece of this defense.
Plummer in trouble. Incomplete pass. Lee with coverage on Brooks, and now it's 3rd and 10. Tui Pelotu has been in the backfield a lot.
All season, not just here tonight, but he's had a huge impact in this game. Couple of sacks, tackle for loss. It'll be key here to get him blocked to allow Jack Plummer time to distribute the football. as they go empty here once again. Like Hunter there in the slot.
Plummer only 1 incompletion on 3rd down today, 7 of 8. 5-man rush. Plummer throwing it downfield. Jump ball secured inside the 30-yard line by Maven Anderson. Down to the 28. What a catch in traffic. Jalen Smith was all over Maven Anderson.
Well, he's great at the line of scrimmage, little head fake, and he's able to get a little bit of space and strong hands going up and getting that football and completing the catch.
So a gain of 24, and the ball's inside the 30-yard line. Throw to the sideline, knocked away, incomplete, going to Sturdivant and Jacoby Covington, a Washington transfer. With the pass breakup, Plummer on the ground again. He's been getting hit a lot. Meanwhile, Maven Anderson just hobbled to the sideline for Cal. He's been coming up big here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10.
That's been the story this season. Jack Plummer's just taken a beating all throughout the course of the year as he gets slammed to the ground one more time after delivering that pass. Got to keep him upright.
Plummer to throw again. Late blitz. Plummer to the sideline. And down to about the 25-yard line is Maharo, the tight end, for 7th catch of the season. So that gets him a handful. 3rd and manageable. 11.5 to go, and USC leading by 13. Huge possession here for Cal, trying to make it a 1-score game.
Nothing down the field, just check it down to your big tight end. Set up 3rd and very manageable, clearly in 2-down territory. Down 13.
Plummer, a strike and a 1st down to the 15, and inside the 15 down to the 13 is Latu. So Kaliki Latu moves the chains, fresh set of downs at the 14-yard line.
I love the timing right there, Dave. Just a little stick route. As soon as Latu turned, ball was on him, and the chains moved.
They haven't run the ball yet on this drive. We'll see if they do it now here in the red zone. They have not been able to run the ball throughout. Here's a delayed handoff, and nice move to the outside. Oh, hurdles a defender and down to the 9. Oh, again, he's dynamic with the ball in his hands, but we just haven't seen him get opportunities to make a lot of plays since that first drive.
Little shake and bake. Gets outside of Shane Lee and then goes over the top of the USC defender, Jaden Ott. Remember that name, true freshman running back. It's been tough sledding since that opening drive, but very, very talented. A very acrobatic leap to finish off that run.
Can Cal punch it in? 2nd and 5 from the 9. Wide receiver screen, and that was a great play on the close by Blackman. Sturdivant on that wide receiver screen, a long throw to the far side. Blackman read it and blew it up. It'll be 3rd down. It's a loss of a couple.
What's recognition, plant drive, gets underneath the block of the tight end and hit Sturdivant really right as that football got there. Outstanding recognition and break on that ball.
See what kind of a play call we get here on 3rd down and 7. Out of the backfield is Ott at the 10, down to the 5, and great effort. Ott gets a 1st down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for Cal.
They had a bunch set to the field, and they just run their running back a little swing pass outside, get him out in space. And how about the leg drive at the end of this run? He stops short of the 1st down, but the true freshman will not give up, keeps the legs churning, and picks up a huge 1st down. I believe the third down conversion on this drive.
4 downs to get in from the 3. Again, plenty of time on the clock if they can get a touchdown, trying to threaten the number 9 team in the country. 3 top 10 teams have already lost today. Plummer back of the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Hunter gets free in the back of the end zone, and the Bears are back. They were down 20 just minutes ago. Within 7. A chance to make it 6. 3rd touchdown pass for Jack Plummer tonight.
Well, I love what Bill Musgrave, the offense coordinator, they put him at tight end. It's one of their best receivers. They hide him here at tight end, create the matchup they want on the safety. They kind of lose him there, but Jack Plummer finds his wide receiver for a big touchdown. to cut this to a one-score game.
We said they had to get a stop or a takeaway. Well, they recovered the onside kick. Another point after is blocked. Oh, my goodness. A chance to get within 6 and maybe be able to win it with a touchdown. But Nick Figueroa comes up with a block point after.
Well, Nick Figueroa, he saw Jaden Ott hurdle a man, so he said, anything you can do, I can do better. As we'll take a look at the touchdown pass by Jack Plummer. He's been great here tonight, getting Cal back in this. But Nick Figueroa with the hurdle of defensive lineman and a big block. 7-point game here in the Coliseum.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
Why is Roger happy? It's the little things Carvana does. See, Roger wants to sell his car, stat. Little things like getting a real offer in 2 minutes really make Roger happy. So does Carvana's customer advocate, Caitlin, picking up his car at promptly 10 a.m.
Hi, are you Roger?
Berglund, with the Honda Accord? Yes, I am. It's right over there. Will I be getting...
And he loves that Caitlin pays him on the spot. Yep, Raj, it's the little things that drive you happy. We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. And in part by Target. Score low prices and great deals only at Target.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Road tested and game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville in Los Angeles. Coming up next Saturday night, presented by Capital One. Right now, number 7, TCU, but certainly will climb perhaps into the top 4. In Austin to play Texas, 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. What a second half for Jack Plummer. Cal electing to kick it deep now, with this being a one-score game. They recovered an onside kick on the last try. Here's Brown on the return. Comes up short of the 25-yard line. So now it's on the Cal defense to do something no one has done but Arizona State. That's take the ball away from USC. Just one turnover all season by the Trojans, and also stop Caleb Williams if he can't get a takeaway. He's had some drops, otherwise those numbers would be better, and they're pretty darn good as it is.
Definitely big night here for Caleb Williams. We just showed the numbers from Jack Plummer. So impressed with his resolve and the way he's kept his team in here in the second half.
Williams pulls it back, sensing some pressure, so he gets out of there. Being chased, now throws it downfield, coming back to the ball is Jackson, and he makes the catch at the 48-yard line of Cal. What a play by Caleb Williams.
Wow, this is just sensational. Caleb Williams continues avoiding pressure, buying time. Watch him as he points to Michael Jackson, and Jackson works back to the football as he's being hit. Delivers the ball right where it's got to be. Big-time play by a big-time player.
That's a 35-yard throw.
Off balance.
The catch is under review.
They're going to look to see if indeed Jackson did make the catch as he was coming back for the football. Nate Ruchina was chasing Williams. He sends pressure too from behind. You saw him move up in the pocket. He's got great pocket awareness and continues to boost his Heisman campaign. Looks like a catch to me. Back in a moment.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
But that's the thing about claims, you see. They don't happen on your schedule. I mean, take a chestnut. It doesn't just say, oh, beg pardon, but it's now a good time for a jolly bit of window cracking. Near as I can tell, chestnuts don't talk.
Geico, your claims team is here for you 24/7.
So they confirm the catch. Michael Jackson with more catches today, 5 than he had all season coming in, 4. And that actually hurts USC a little bit, the stoppage, because they were going to go up tempo after that 29-yard pass play. But again, Caleb Williams, just sensational play. 8.5 to go. USC ball, 7-point lead. Williams closing in on 400 passing yards. He had 411 a week ago. Last game, rather, against Arizona.
You see him get back to that ground game at all. Well, drives ago, they really lined up and ran the ball right at him.
And here comes a trick play. Jackson on the reverse. He's got blockers out there. And he's upended at the 30-yard line. 8 of 19.
A nice creativity here. As we're going to see Dye with a little toss to Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson actually made a bad read. Caleb Williams, lead blocker out in front. Stay outside. He cuts it inside. And it's a really good open field tackle, saving a touchdown by Miles Williams.
You're right. If he bounces that to the outside, he actually sets up Caleb Williams for the block.
Yeah, he was right there in position for it. He can even block, Dave. He can do that as well. He's a fullback, too.
6'1", 215 pounds, from Washington, D.C. Started out collegiately at Oklahoma for Lincoln Riley, transferring to USC when Riley took the job here with the Trojans. Travis Dye thrown forward to the 24 for about 5 yards.
This movement along the right side, that offensive line, quality pickup there. Good push, that cow front.
4 touchdowns accounted for, 31 now in the season for Williams. Very much in the thick of the Heisman Trophy conversation. Here's Dye with a first down pickup. Down to the 17. You asked for them to run the ball, and they're starting to do that now and lean on that Cal defense. They're taking some time off the clock. They look to get this back to a 10-plus point lead.
Really good inside the center, Brett Nealon, and then the left guard, Andrew Voorhees. Good push and movement, and a quality cutback there.
This is Voorhees' 6th year. It feels like he's been there for 9.
He's physical, man. He is a dude. He can really play up front. And to me, you got to be able to close out games by grinding it out in moments like this.
Williams with a wide receiver screen pass to Bynum inside the 10, inside the 5, and down near the 3-yard line. It's 1st and goal for USC, looking to go back up 2 scores here at the 6-minute mark.
Let's get the ball on the perimeter, and it's a bad angle by the safety, Craig Woodson. He comes inside, needs to stay outside, understand exactly how he fits with that leverage. And another big pickup by Bynum is USC in prime real estate to potentially deliver a knockout blow.
And they're huddling here to take some time off. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, Dave. Yeah, and the receivers have just been blocking their tails off on the perimeter. That time, number 16, Taj Washington.
Play action. Williams gets outside, throws, and it's a touchdown. Big score for the Trojans, and it's Lake McCree who hauls it in. And the 4th touchdown pass of the day for Caleb Williams. 14 touchdown passes the last 3 games for Williams.
A little play action, gonna boot, get this athletic quarterback on the perimeter, locates his tight end, leak it out McCree, and he powers into the end zone. 5 total touchdowns here for Caleb Williams, and just as Cal gets right back in, it cuts it to a 1-score game. Boom, the Caleb Williams show is back on. Man, is he impressive to watch.
And it was that first play where, you know, some quarterbacks probably get sacked and at best have an incomplete pass, but not Caleb Williams. Not only does he not get sacked, but he throws the ball downfield for 30 yards, and then he caps the drive with his 4th touchdown pass, and USC back in command.
Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you.
At Alta Equipment, we know uptime matters. Alta Equipment's trained service technicians will get your equipment back on the field. Whether it's renting equipment to tackle your project or acquiring new equipment, Alta Equipment has all the brands you trust. And the Alta Equipment Parts Department is ready to get you the part you need. With Alta Equipment, you have a team with decades of experience standing with you. Come check out one of our 5 Chicagoland locations or go to altaequipment.com.
Well, Caleb Williams has proven tonight he's one of the very best players in college football. When his team had to have it this last drive, he saved potentially his best for last. First play of that last drive. Nothing down there, breaks the pocket and locates his target, Michael Jackson. Just get the ball in your playmaker's hands, let him make plays. So mobile, agile, boot action, accurate with the football out of his hand. Second half, he's 19 of 13 for 157, 3 touchdowns, completed his last 7 passes, 2 of those touchdowns. I mean, he is as advertised, Dave Pash.
USC trying to go to 8-1. Cal ball. Ashton Hayes on the return. Flag comes down, and Hayes finally down to the 28. Usually when you see this, it's on the return team, which would back up the Bears inside their 20. They're not done yet. 5:25 to go, 3 timeouts, but obviously
during the return, holding receiving team number 25. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's 1st and 10.
So as Caleb Williams continues to improve his Heisman Trophy resume, here's what some of the other Heisman hopefuls did today. C.J. Stroud in bad weather struggled throwing the ball. Now they won the game. Hendon Hooker, they got blown out. It wasn't all him. He was under pressure a lot. Bo Nix had an unbelievable day. Boy, what a comeback for him in terms of transferring from Auburn and things working out for him in Eugene. Drake May, sensational again. So is Max Duggan. But Caleb Williams, 5 total touchdowns, 4 through the air.
Oregon, Bo Nix has scored 40 straight in 8 games. Kenny Dillingham, the offensive coordinator, done a great job rekindling with Bo Nix. And from what you said, from that opener against Georgia to now, wow.
Plummer going downfield, and it's incomplete. Jeremiah Hunter got drilled by Bryson Shaw. Both guys are down. Hunter's helmet came off. Even if he's okay, he's going to have to leave for a play.
Timeout for an injured player of the offense.
Hopefully Hunter's going to be okay. Key piece to this offense. As we saw that graphic there, man, I got to tell you, I don't have Heisman vote, but if I did, Drake May, Caleb Williams would be 1-2. And I think that they'd be both right there close to one another because of what they mean to their teams and, how productive they've been. I mean, Drake May, for people that haven't seen what he's done at North Carolina, I mean, I don't want to discredit that team, but he almost single-handedly has put them in that position. And it feels like if you really watch this USC team, without Caleb Williams, they're not nearly where they are. And both guys, too, right there at the very top as far as touchdowns accounted for. For me, it would be May and Williams. Clearly, those other guys still have a chance. We got a lot of football left to go. I think I'd have them in my top 2 spots as it looks at this point in the college football season.
Dusty, I think with both of those guys not being on their teams, they're 500.
Not far from it. I think that's exactly right, Tom. Very close to that vicinity. That's what they mean and how good they've been.
Plummer over the middle to Ott. Turns upfield, and again, Ott makes defenders miss, trying to hug the sideline. He did step out. But, man, this is a talented young guy, freshman from Chino, California, Jaden Ott.
Love him out in space. Excellent job making people miss. You see the speed. I like how he finishes this runoff here at the end, lowering the shoulder on the sidelines, just to let Shaw know he's not going down lightly.
But you think about USC, 4 wins, a lot of the same guys as this last year. Ball comes out, incomplete pass. Bryson Shaw, big hit again, knocking it out of the arms of Monroe Young. It's a 4-win team, and a lot of the same faces on this USC team. Now, they did bring in some transfers, but 2 of those key guys aren't playing tonight, didn't play last week, and Caleb Williams still had big numbers. Talking about Mario Williams, who transferred from Oklahoma with Caleb Williams, and Jordan Addison, who transferred from Pitt after winning the Biletnikoff Award. Yet Caleb Williams, no matter who's out there, is great.
Well, great quarterbacks raise the level of play of the players around them, right? And that's exactly what we're seeing here with this USC team. Best receiver in the country out, no problem. I'll make somebody else a star.
Dangerous play there. Batted around and incomplete as Plummer with a hope throw as he was getting sacked. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. But I also think when you look at the replay of this here with Caleb Williams, and he's perfect for what Lincoln Riley wants to do offensively. He fits right in with the guys that he's had over the years and gives USC a chance to be a contender for the Pac-12 championship, and again, still not out of the national championship conversation, which is remarkable. People thought Lincoln Riley and USC would be a factor. I just don't think anybody thought it would be this quick, where we'd be talking about him in mid-November, still being in, as Sturdivant gets a first down, still being in the playoff race.
It's been remarkable to see how quickly they flipped it, and they very much are. Now, again, really tough game against UCLA. Still got to play against Notre Dame, but to be here with 3 regular season games to go and in the thick of it for a conference title, a college football playoff seat, you can't undersell how good of a job it's been.
Plummer, and nice catch inside the 35 by Young. And so the clock will stop to move the chains. 4:18 on the clock. Cal down 14.
With this defense, though, again, here tonight, hemorrhaging a lot of yards. Cal hanging around, taking advantage of this USC secondary.
They don't play Oregon, USC, but they still have to play a very good offense in UCLA. Notre Dame is playing much better. Can that defense hold up in those games? Good job that time by Plummer to just get rid of it as he was about to get sacked by Solomon Tui Apupu. But a smart play by Plummer. Just throw it away. Got outside the pocket, outside the tackle box. 2nd down.
We talked a lot about USC here. I'll tell you what, Justin Wilcox, I mean, and I know the record is what it is. They're 3-5, but man, he was fired up. You could tell he's a little bit frustrated and wanted to see his team respond. They've really come in here tonight, and I think impressed and played much better and much more competitive than I think most people thought coming into this ballgame.
The well-coached group, they play hard. Played well at Notre Dame earlier in the season. Pass behind. Sturdivant incomplete, 3rd and 10.
They had a lead starting the 4th quarter in South Bend in that football game. To your point, Dave. Played poorly, lost to Colorado, a couple of games they wish they could have back. And they got shredded by Michael Penix Jr. in Washington. Oregon ran through them the last 3 quarters of last week. There's no quit, and it's a team and a program that's going to fight under Justin Wilcox.
Plummer to the sideline, and going down is Young. Made the catch. He's short of the line to gain by a couple of yards. 4th down, and obviously Cal going to go for it. Clock is at 3:40 and counting, trying to hold on to those timeouts. So 4th down and 2.
That's one Plummer I think wishes he could have back. Wide open there was Young. Ball was down and away. Good job going to catch it. But that could have easily been a 1st down if that ball is on target.
This is the game if USC gets a stop. 4th down and 2. Wide open in the middle of the field is Young. How does that happen if you're USC down to the 10-yard line and it's 1st down and goal for Cal?
Because Latrell McCutcheon in the slot is pressed up on him. Watch the release off the line of scrimmage. Excellent job with his hands. Comes clean over the middle, and a quick find by Jack Plummer to convert on 4th down.
Still plenty of time for Cal if he can get into the end zone here to get another possession. To the sideline, Ott breaks tackles and then goes out of bounds. We're going to say that he stepped out around the 4. Clock stopped though, 2:51 to go, 2nd and goal. They already recovered one onside kick, and even if they score here and don't recover the onside kick, they have all their timeouts, so they have a chance to force a punt and get the ball back. First things first, getting into the end zone here. Try to make it a 1-possession game. 2nd and goal.
To a good target at tight end.
They run it, and into the end zone for a touchdown is Jaden Ott with 2:31 remaining. Enough time for Cal. Now the last extra point was blocked by Nick Figueroa. Every extra point's been adventurous in this game for both teams. And the Cal offense is staying on the field right now. They're going to go for 2.
Everett Johnson, 77 and 60. Brian Driscoll, excellent job opening up that hole. I guess you're saying we're going to have to get it either now or later, and they're going for it right now.
But you wouldn't have to get it later if you kick the extra point.
They're going for the throat, though, Dave. I'm sure analytics has.
But if you don't get it, then you're going to have to convert a 2-point play on the next one just to tie the game.
Hey, we agree. I'm just saying, in this analytical world we live in, I would imagine that the book is telling Justin Wilcox this is the right move.
Well, look, he said to us multiple times, he told Tom at halftime, we have to be aggressive to beat USC. Aggressive, and then there's a point where you cross the line, and maybe that's right here. I just don't know why you need to do this at this point.
I don't think analytics tells you to do this.
All right, coming up next from us, Los Angeles at SportsCenter with Stan and Neil. Houston winning the World Series for the second time in 5 years, plus highlights from a great day. Incredible game here earlier tonight in ESPN between Bama and LSU. And the Milwaukee Bucks look to stay unbeaten in the NBA. That's SportsCenter Los Angeles next, ESPN and the ESPN app.
And just for the record, Mr. Pash, I agree with you.
I know.
I would kick
just,
the field goal.
Yeah. You kick the extra point again. Maybe they don't have confidence in them ability to protect. Yet Figueroa block it easily last time.
0 for 1 this year on 2-point conversions. It's a moot point if they don't get the ball back anyway, but
there
creates good theater right now.
It's a shovel pass, and Young is. They haven't signaled. I thought he got in. Officials are still having a conversation, and they call it good. 2 points for Cal. Back within 6. 2:31 left, and all of its timeouts.
They've been sitting on that play, waiting for the perfect moment. Bill Musgrave, the offensive coordinator, had this in his back pocket. Going to work just a little shovel. 14, Monroe Young going to work back across. They pull 77, Everett Johnson to get out in front. He gets that key block on Shane Lee. Yeah, that ball's over. Knees never touched the ground. Excellent execution there on the shovel pass.
What about the left arm? What about that left elbow? Does that left elbow go down before the ball, which was in his right hand, crosses the plane?
Take one more look here.
I think he got the ball across, but it is close. And
very
again,
close.
Called good on the field.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Wilcox told us, got to be aggressive, got to play to win. I think that ball got over the plane, Dave.
So is this 100% for sure an onside kick?
I think yes, I would say yes. You still have 3 timeouts. You got to get a stop regardless.
Right.
Whether you get it or don't get it.
Yep.
Why not give yourself an added opportunity? Well, they've already gotten 1 onside kick. I'm sure the probability is very slim to get a second, but I think you have to take your chance because if you're unable
either way
to get a stop,
first down.
Yeah, regardless if you're have them backed up to the 20 or they're around the 50, it's going to require your defense to get a stop. So
you surprised him with the last one on the kicker just going straight ahead with the onside kick. We'll see what we get here. The hands team out there for USC. The deepest man is back at the 25-yard line. So obviously every play is reviewed. They did not feel that that 2-point conversion needed to be reviewed further. So they got the punter out there, Jamison Sheehan, for the onside kick here.
Look at that ball's laid.
It's on the ground.
Be a sidewinder.
Here we go, and it's recovered easily by USC at the 48-yard line by Kyron Hudson. There is a penalty marker down, but it was thrown where the kickoff occurred, which would lead you to believe it's against Cal.
There was no foul on the play. The ball was recovered by the receiving team. First down.
Okay, so a first down perhaps for USC, wins the game. Cal does have 3 timeouts. If if you're Lincoln Riley, how are you handling this here? Is it all run plays?
I mean, I'm leaning on Travis Dye, but the great thing about having a quarterback like Caleb Williams, who's smart with the football and as athletic as he is, you can put him on the perimeter and you can put him in some, where he's making the decision exactly with what he wants to do. But yeah, I would anticipate we see Travis Dye here on first down.
3 top 10 teams have lost today. Granted, 2 of those were against other top 10 teams in college football. Will number 9 go down? The Trojans trying to get a first down here. Maybe in the game, a timeout.
Second and a half, 30 seconds.
Right, Lincoln Riley did not like what he saw there. So use the timeout.
Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes 31. Thank you.
So 1 timeout left. Again, Cal with all 3 timeouts. So if USC holds on here, and obviously a lot still in play, but does this impact, because of all the shakeup in the top 10, does this impact the committee in terms of where it puts USC? This is the 3rd straight game where the defense has struggled. For a while it was good, right? You had 7 points for a good part of the game, but now you're looking up and it's 115 points the defense has given up in 3 games. Does this impact where you rank USC if they hold on and win this game?
I think so. I mean, it's going to be tough to move them up a whole lot with the questions on the defensive side. You know the talent of Caleb Williams. I also thought it was interesting where they had USC and UCLA. Common opponent in Utah. UCLA beat them handily. USC lost. So we'll see if UCLA maybe makes a move in this next poll.
Williams keeping the ball and able to slip a tackle. Then he swarmed at the 45-yard line. Again, just need to throw this out there. USC has not lost a fumble all year. If you're Cal, obviously, you call a timeout and you start to go for the football, especially on a play like that where you get a broken tackle. Guys are flying in there, but they have not turned the ball over via fumble all season long. And Cal is among the Pac-12 leaders in fumbles recovered with 4. 2nd and 7 coming up.
And that was one of the keys we had coming in. Play clean if you're USC. Don't turn the football over. And you referenced it. Both these teams coming in top 10 in the country in turnover margin. No one better than the USC Trojans. They were plus 16 coming in with the interception before half. Now they're plus 17, which is just insane to mention. But Cal, they've taken the ball away 14 times this season and sitting there at plus 8. They're number 7 in the country. So it's been something, a calling card for them throughout the course of this year. But I don't know, man. USC, it's remarkable how well they take care of the football and just don't beat themselves in that department.
Dye in the backfield again with Williams, who ran it for 3 yards on first down. 2 timeouts left for Cal. 2:23 remaining in the game. USC up 6.
Showing some edge pressure.
And it's Dye ahead for about 2 yards. Cal will call another timeout. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. Just the fact we are even in this situation. I mean, USC was up 34-14. We twice looked like the Trojans were about to pull away. Give Justin Wilcox, quarterback Jack Plummer for Cal, a lot of credit for being in this spot. Chance to get the football back if they can get a stop.
Jack Plummer has thrown for over 400 yards in this ballgame today, Dave. 406. And every time you kind of felt like USC had taken this game over, they just haven't gone away.
And the fact that Caleb Williams has been as brilliant as he has been, and Plummer's thrown for more yards. 406, as you said. Did have the interception. That turnover at the end of the half. Yeah. We go back to that. I mean, Cal's down 13-7. They elect to throw the ball on first down, where they probably just run it and the half ends. They throw it, it gets picked off. USC gets a touchdown.
And it's the touchdown that's the big point. Turnover's bad, but when you get points off the turnover, that's what really is a kiss of death. Huge play here. It's a ball game.
And it's Williams keeping it and getting a first down. Now trying to hold onto the ball as Cal tries to strip it. Down to the 28-yard line. Williams with a first down, and that just about does it.
And you had to expect it's going to be Caleb Williams, like you asked me before, going to have the option to make the choice, right? And clearly, big hole opens up, calls his own number. So we're going to see the staple play we've seen so many times from USC throughout the course of this game. This time it's more of a split zone read. Just going to zone block, have that tight end come back across, big hole opens up, and it's a great decision by Caleb Williams as he gets a huge first down that should all but ice this game away. And again, you go back to the Oregon State game. They were in a 4th and 6, down, final possession. It was a run by Caleb Williams that gets that first down, keeps the drive alive. They go on to score, they go on to win the game. When in doubt, Caleb Williams is typically going to have the ball in his hands.
With 2:11 on the clock, it's not a guarantee that you can just kneel down 3 times. Caleb Williams may have to back up a little bit, take a few seconds, then take a knee, kind of do that 3 straight times. But actually putting him in shotgun here.
I think to do exactly what you said.
Yeah, maybe just wait a little bit and then take a knee, depending on the rush. Gonna hand it off to Dye. Got both arms around the football. Cal trying to strip it. Gain of about 8. So USC will go to 8-1, first time since 2008. 6-1 in league play. And a game back of Oregon in the loss column. They don't play Oregon this season. Sports Center coming up next. We'll have highlights of this game. LSU, Bama, great finish there. Tennessee going down, the #1 team in the country, losing to Georgia, the likely new #1. Ohio State surviving in Evanston. World Series highlights, NBA, and much more coming up. Stan and Neal Sports Center. Knee taken there by Caleb Williams on 2nd down. Have to do it one more time. Took a while to start the play clock there, which favors USC.
Fun game here tonight. Again, I know it's a losing effort, and I'm sure Cal fans don't want to hear it. They're now 3-6 on the season, but well, they came in here and threw everything they had at USC to try to pull the upset. But in the end, Caleb Williams just too good. And it's kind of been the story of the season for USC. They've had some close matchups, some close games, but typically when 13 has a chance to win you the game, he's going to be able to do it. And even, obviously, Utah evaded them, and you give Utah a ton of credit, but anybody they play, with Caleb Williams healthy, he's going to give them a chance to win the ballgame.
They play Friday night here against a bad Colorado team. Then they go to UCLA on November 19th, host Notre Dame on November 26th. If they run the table and win the Pac-12 championship, now again, we're asking a lot.
That's a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
no, you're right. I mean, they're in that position.
There are a lot of teams that control their own destiny.
That's right.
To the college football playoff, USC's probably one of them, right?
No doubt. And their loss, if we're going to look at losses, they got the best loss in the way they lost at Utah as anybody else in the Pac-12.
Yeah, 43-42 at Utah was their one loss this season. But the defense has to play better, or we may not be having this conversation in a couple weeks after they play UCLA. For Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganbill, I'm Dave Pasch. 41-35, SC wins. Stan and Neal standing by. Tons of stuff to talk about on Sports Center next.